So today's show, Julie Bowen.
I was going to go, Julie Bowen.
Okay, good. We'll start over.
No, don't start over. I was inspired by your Julie Bowen.
What song is that?
It's James Bond.
Oh, okay.
Bowen.
Okay. I'm tone
Julie Bowen. Come on, wake up. Come on. We got to get this podcast going.
So she is Modern Family. She's done a million things. Happy Gilmore.
A lot of movies. Mm-hmm. She's what I would call a kick in the pants.
She is a lot of fun.
She's a pistol.
She was funny the whole time. She made fun of me the whole time we dated in the old days. And so,
wait a minute, what?
What was that? What's it about?
Dated who? Dated what? So this is one of David's girlfriends, but friends.
Yeah, we're still friendly, and I don't see her really much because she lives in the valley. Gross. But no, we're still friendly, and she's always funny to talk to. Is she bust my balls the whole time, which you thought was funny.
I was just barrel laughing the whole time. I was bent over with tears of joy. She was just funny.
Yeah.
This one is just a lively, energetic, funny little visit with Ms. Julie Bowen, who I had never really met. Yeah. And so I just enjoyed her company. I thought she was so cool.
She just produced a movie, Prom Pact. Bless you. And she has this preteen skincare brand called JB Scrub. Do you know that? To get your pits.
No, I wouldn't use preteen skin products. Would I? I've never heard of that.
You're 14. No, that's a teenager.
No, this is tell it serious.
It gets your pits, butts, and nuts. That's the hook. Isn't that funny?
Pits, butts, and nuts? Yeah. With a JB smooth cream?
JB Scrub.
JB Scrub.
And by the way, 15% off. If you put Fly Friend 15, that's
so for our audience that is 12. Is this for who's this?
Or for their kids?
Or for the kids. Okay, so it's JB Smooth, pits, butts, and nuts.
Speaking of young, someone thought I was 48 recently.
What? Your mom?
Is that young? It's not young. JB Scrub, and it's not to be confused with JB Smooth.
Hey, I got something for this.
These are my jokes.
Remember, JB Scrub, rub-a-dub-dub.
No.
You could say in the tub. I set it up for you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Say it again.
JB Scrub, rub-a-dub-dub, in the...
butt.
It was close.
Oh. You know what? Let's let her tell you about everything. Here's Julie Bowen blabbing with these two
Bowen,
idiots.
And wait till the fireworks start to happen between young David and Ms. Julie Bowen.
No, she's trying to start trouble with me, and I'm such a
It's some stuff happened on this particular episode that's never happened on other episodes. I'll put it that way. Stop your car. Don't even drive listening to this one.
Pull over and call in sick at work.
So serious. Oh wait, why am I in like a tiny chair?
Why is
that was intentional. We want to feel.
Is she low?
This is like a
teacher parent conference. Julia's being very.
One's around the kitchen table.
Yeah, will you grab one more?
I'll grab one.
Oh, thanks, Greg. So much.
I don't know what's going on.
Look like the same height.
You look like Megan, that movie Megan.
Megan.
She's 11.
I don't know the Megan dance.
She's an 11-year-old sex doll. Why did they make Megan such a
sex doll? Was mentioned within 32 seconds.
Why did they make Megan into an 11-year-old sex doll? Well, that's a good question.
I don't know if the robot needs a Kylie Jenner lip kit. Did you see? She has like eyeshadow. She's like, I'm Megan. I'm like, that's not the movie, is it?
For the teenage girl audience. I'm having a candy bar.
I think it's for the.
I don't think it's for the teenage girl. I think it's teenage boy audience. I have 3 teenage boys, and boys. Trust me, they are all spending a lot of time in the shower after that one.
After Megan.
After Megan.
Hey, save some water. There were 5 boys or 4 boys in my family.
4? Which one were you?
I was the youngest, so I got,
Oh, so they ignored you.
No, not necessarily.
But in a good way.
Well.
Thank you so much.
My sister's possessed that we all bullied her. They go, Lori, we were all in our own lane. We were all.
Wait a minute, there were 4 boys and a girl?
A little baby girl.
How Catholic are you?
Protestants.
Oh.
I'm a Protestant. We don't have sex and we don't make a lot of kids.
My mom had 5 kids by the time she was 31.
You have 3 though, don't you?
Anyway.
I have 3, but I had 2 at once. That was,
that's
not
right.
on
That's
purpose.
not your fault. That's not your fault.
That's not my fault.
When did you know they were twins? You're having twins.
I knew, you know what? I'm not a hippie and I'm not like super fruity, but I'd had one kid. Shut the fuck up, David. I can already see you like going, he rolled his eyes. I'm not fucking super fruity, but I did have a dream when I was pregnant and I woke up and I said to my then husband, there's more than one. I had this crazy dream. He goes, there better hadn't be. I go, you're coming to this appointment with me today. And we went in, and that was the day they're looking around and stuff. And they're like, there's one. There's 2.
There's the other one hiding.
And he looked at me like, you fucking witch. What have you done? Like, how did you create 2 babies in you on purpose?
I think it safely was going to be harder on you than him.
I don't know. My breastfeeding kept him up at night.
What does that mean?
He used to tell me, he goes, breastfeeding is hard because it keeps me up at night.
What's hard on him?
It's hard. He was joking.
My dad would go, tough life.
Tough life.
Davey.
So how do you 2 know each other? I get a sense you have had your friends, right? You know each other.
I know her.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Why don't you tell him, David? Why don't you tell your friend Dana how you know me?
What is going on here? I mean, I'm a fly on the wall right now.
I met Julie, I think at a Golden Globes party. Is that possible?
Golden Globes party, HBO, Golden Globes party. You were with Steve Levitan.
Oh, I was?
Steve Levitan.
You were there you'd been nominated for Just Shoot Me.
Second time, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We're not keeping track.
Now he's like, I don't know, when was it? Second time. So you sure it wasn't the first time, David?
No, you know what? I mix it up. It's all jumbled. It's
all
like
jumbled. It was one of
Did
those
you
awards.
win an Emmy? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Whoops.
I don't think it's about
Whoops,
that. I
sorry,
think it's
it doesn't make you a better person.
Did you win? Wait, David, did you win an Emmy for Just Shoot Me?
Honest.
I did not.
Okay.
It doesn't make you inferior. Others of
Julie,
us
we'll get
win
to your
Emmys. It doesn't matter.
Well, I was back when those Emmys really meant something.
I would have given you an Emmy.
Back when they meant something. Yeah, now they just hand them out like candy.
I think you got handed to.
I think you got robbed.
2011, was that the pandemic? And 2000.
Yeah, I got one of those pandemic
was the COVID
Emmys.
ones?
I got a COVID Emmy.
How
They
many
just,
nominations for Modern Family? Just say it.
I don't know. For
6, something like that.
was it
5 or 6?
for me or the show?
6 nominations. You know what, Julie? Honestly, I thought you hosted SNL twice, and
I've never
2
fucking.
Emmys.
No, I won
Have you
2
heard of the
Emmys and
show?
I've never hosted SNL. No, I would never host SNL. You kidding me? That is terrifying. I watch it now. Also, I'm kind of into like right now how you guys watch SNL every week, right?
Nope.
Or no?
I see it on Instagram. They have
I don't
clips
stay
of
up
each
that
sketch.
late. We'll see clips. I'll go, on Sunday, you can go on.
Yeah.
You can go
and
on-
watch
on-
all the sketches.
Right.
Yeah.
And watch all of it. But
I
the
watch all of
guests
it.
this year in particular are like, it's like complete, it's all new. Like there's none of the classics. You know, there's no
you
Tom
don't-
Hanks.
It's the guest
The hosts.
Yeah.
all the hosts. And so when I watch it now, I'm like, oh, I could maybe do it now because it's just like they're much nicer and warmer, it seems like. And it feels like I don't know. It feels like you used to have to come on and kill in the in your opening monologue.
That's an interesting observation. So now the hosts don't have to be.
No, they're really funny, but it's much more gentle
know
and
what you
kind
mean.
about it.
Right.
They're like, I'm so honored to be here. This is so exciting.
It's
it seems like
emotional
there's
and almost serious. Yeah, a little political statement. Yeah.
and a little bit of like, this is, what SNL meant to them growing up and how much it means to them to be there now.
Yeah.
Like even, Liev Schreiber did a whole like, this is such a big deal to me. And I was like, huh?
And Martin Short is on top of a piano.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, he's crushing so hard.
Right. And so
The
it's not as
greatest.
hard on the jokes as it was back when it would have.
Did they
maybe
reach
been-
out to you
I would imagine
during
they
your
would've.
10 years or 11 years?
There was a
some grumblings?
soft. There was some
Because you weren't on
soft.
NBC.
ask?
They're pretty loyal. You were not on NBC, right? You're ABC or no?
I was on NBC when David tracked me down.
I don't know.
And that was that other show.
That was Ed. I did a show called Ed.
And that is the terminology, yes.
Yeah, I was doing Ed when you were doing...
So he stalked you.
He stalked me. We were at this... I was with Willie Garson.
Oh, Willie Garson, yes, that's
okay.
He invited me he's like, I've had this said to me more than once. You look like somebody who's got a nice dress hanging in the closet. It's like the day before some award show. Clearly everyone else has dropped out. Could you possibly chuck on your dress and show up?
That wasn't me. That was Willie.
No, that was Willie.
Okay, yeah.
So I went with Willie, and you were there with Steve Levitan, and you walked by me and then walked right back again and go, hey, do I know you? I know you.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
And I said, no.
I think I said, do we have the same barber?
Spade has
a
the
short
best
haircut.
patter with women. I mean, just even the flight attendant or whoever. You do. You have a good. They like the
funny matters. My family, when I started dating David, my family was like,
here we go.
Oh dear God. They're like, what? And I said, funny counts.
I don't need to hear behind
Funny
the scenes.
counts. That's the name of your next book.
Funny counts. They go, does it count that much?
Funny counts.
Funny
counts a lot because like Lauren Michaels said once, you can't marry a face. Because eventually you don't even see the face. So you have to marry a personality. What's better than someone that makes you laugh all day long?
Right.
David.
So David tried to track me down through, but this is where he shot the bed.
What channels
Are we
did he
allowed to
use?
swear on your show?
Sure.
What the fuck?
I don't think we can say track me down again, but we can swear.
What kind of tracking device did he use? Was it a private detective?
No, a publicist.
Okay.
Which was such a fucking C-.
I want to be tracked down, though. Isn't it flattering to be tracked down a little bit?
Not by a publicist.
Julie, there's no other way. By telegram?
When you figured out that, because at first I told you I was a dog walker.
Okay.
Because you were like, I know you. I go, no. Because I was like, if he doesn't know me, what am I going to give you my resume? No. Right. You had no idea who I was. You just
did the right thing.
Thought I was cute. I said I was a dog walker. Mm-hmm. You're like, And then I ran into another party somewhere. And then the next thing I knew, you did track me down through, you figured out I had been in Happy Gilmore with Sandler.
Okay.
But
anytime he's mentioned, I try to do that.
And
she did the best.
But you didn't bother to go through Adam. You didn't go through anybody personal.
I didn't think I want Adam knowing my personal business.
So what? This is a Conan Johnson PR firm, and we're looking for Miss
No,
Julie
it was
Bowen.
literally this woman. I don't remember her name, but she tracked me down. I had a couple calls from her. David would like to talk to you. And I was like, fuck that.
They would like to see in his office.
You literally were fuck that?
Well, I got.
I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, a publicist.
You were on Ed, right?
I was on Ed.
It was not a lascivious fuck that.
It was it was not like I'm gonna fuck that. No, it was a.
No, it was not that for sure.
It was not that. It was not that. And then,
but you did that perfectly.
I was living in New York in this building. I remember I was in the gym really early watching TVs with no volume, and I see that you had been tased by Skippy.
Well, okay. That's a story we have not explored.
You haven't explored this?
On this podcast. It's been mentioned, though.
David was tased by Skippy.
I know the whole story.
Tased and beaten?
Well,
tased was the beginning to disarm me. Disarm the muscular.
It was a night of terror.
My attention. Did I mention that the volume was not on the TVs? I was doing my best.
So what did you?
So then I was like, "Where?"
Silence.
Anyone who gets tased, I'm going to go to Arby's with.
Yeah, I definitely. I was like, "Now where was that scrap of paper I wrote down from the publicist giving me his number?"
So
I called him and I was like, "Hey."
That's when you called me about that?
That's when I called you. I go, "Hey, it's Julie.
You had your opener.
Are you all right? I just saw you got tased by Skippy." And you said, "Now will you go out with me?"
No, I said, no, I realized my dick's still working because I got all excited. I'm sorry. Can we take that out?
You actually didn't say that.
Well, wait a minute. Was it dick? You said dick working?
You said, now will you go out with me?
Now will you go out with me? Sounds more like David.
Now will you go out with me? I had to get tased to get a date?
After I was laid up for a while in very pain, I started to come to my senses. I don't even remember these calls because it was
so much pain.
So much calls, so much pain. I didn't even know about Vicodin until right after this. So Anyway,
you knew about Vicodin by the time we went on a date. Yeah, you were little V chippies.
Yeah, okay,
I remember a lot of that.
Oh yeah, I had a puka shell made of Vicodin.
No, you didn't.
You just ate your necklace today.
Everybody needs to know about David is that he's the most like sensitive, delicate flower who has low blood sugar, has to carry around a little rat bag full of like turkey and chicken.
Oh, there's protein bars all over this mansion.
And they're like even though
like having a puppy.
He wants to go like party, but it's at like 6 p.m.
6:30.
in bed at 8:45. But we're kindred spirits. We like to eat at 3:30. We asked the restaurants to open so we could go at 4 o'clock.
Hello?
But that's when I was on Conan. He goes, this was a few months back. He goes, well, you've been doing this podcast with Spade. How would you describe him? And I did not prepare for that answer, but the first word that came in my head was gentle.
I'll fucking kill
Isn't that
both
funny?
of you.
Right? Kind of cute.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. He's like a gentle, sensitive soul who doesn't want to admit the greatest story that David ever told me was, I'm telling all your stories.
Julie went to Brown University.
Shut up.
She graduated.
And,
so did Marcy Klein.
Okay, go ahead.
But didn't know her there. Never
go
met
ahead.
her once.
What did I do?
No, you told me the story once about
like
hooking up with a girl when you were living out here. You weren't on SNL yet. You hooked up with some girl. You were so excited and you spent the night at her house and you didn't want to tell her about your low blood sugar. And I think you got up in the morning to go get coffee or something or breakfast and you passed out in line waiting because your blood sugar was so low. And you were so embarrassed. So ever since then.
Well, that happened at SNL in front of Sherry O'Terry at lunch. It happened at Taco Bell when I was going to meet Sandler and those guys that played tennis in the Valley. At Taco Bell, I slid on the ground and slept on the ground and was out. I think that was also because I found a dog tooth in my burrito, so no one knows exactly what the problem was.
You did not find a dog tooth.
I think.
No, you didn't.
I didn't even take it back.
Well, why they just kept chewing?
Because they just shrugged their shoulders. But
Spade passed out was a thing.
I passed out. I used to pass out more, but now I don't. Now I keep
But I think people think that you were like snarky and like lecherous.
No,
that was the
nice.
persona, the comic persona from Update.
Well, that's me on Update and every TV show and every movie. So that's where it gets a little blurry, right?
Yeah.
Right. What are you sketching over there, David?
I'm just signing my will.
That's when he's nervous.
I'm nervous. I'm scribbling.
Why are you nervous?
Because we haven't gotten to anything except the fact that I should be in a stretcher at all times.
What are you trying to get to? Is there something?
I don't know.
Is there something you
We're
need
not
to?
trying to get anywhere.
I know what
We've been at
you're
this for
about.
a year and a half.
And you're not trying to get to anything.
No, you're great. You're a superstar. I was going to ask you, how do you deal with that emotionally? When people come up to you, because you were going along famous, and Modern Family was a smash. Maybe the latest or last super situation.
Last one, I'd say,
And then you're famous.
Yeah.
And people come up to you and go, I can't believe it's on you.
Yeah.
How do you process that? You go, yeah, what's up?
Well, no, I was pregnant with the twins during the pilot of Modern Family, and I gave birth. May 7th we got picked up a little early, and I was waiting. I was in labor. I'm in the hospital, and my phone's ringing. I'm between contractions. I'm a little bored. You know, there's time between contractions.
Always on your
phone.
phone.
I answer the phone. Fuck you. And I answer the phone, and it's Steve Levitan, and he goes, Julie, it's exciting news. We got picked up. We got picked up early. They're going to show the whole pilot at Upfront. This is a really big deal. And I'm like, oh my God, that's great. He goes, you got to come to Upfront. I go, He said, what are you doing?
That was your celebration.
I go, I'm in labor.
She's in labor.
And he goes, you're in labor and you answer the phone. It was a quiet moment. So, but the point being that I literally at the exact same time Modern Family was happening, I went from having one kid to 3 babies. And
so you didn't,
it was like I was in a fugue state. And people would come up to me and talk to me. And I was like, I hadn't slept. I hadn't eaten. I was exhausted all the time.
But the pickup is one thing, but then the fact that did it come out of the gate huge? I think it did.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing about the pilot that it was big. Because you mentioned Steve Levitan in our meet story, but Steve, if you don't know, was my boss at the time at Just Shoot Me, and he was yours at.
Are you saying that to you, the listener? Because if you think I don't know that,
no, I'm telling you.
No, the college kids are going, how do we get in show business? Hey, gang.
No, Julie, your boss's name was Steve Levitan. You won't remember this, but he was there for 10 years.
Produced Just Shoot Me. And Modern Family. And how many homes does Steve own today?
I can count 4, 3, 4.
Is he full private jet?
If he had his money, I'd throw mine away.
So, well, you know
Maybe
what?
a lease.
Divorce in California is not.
Divorce.
He got divorced. So
they usually get 70% without a prenup.
Are you divorced?
No, I'm not rich enough to get divorced. Sorry, honey, she's listening. No, but you split everything, and then there's alimony, so it's aggregate over time. I heard this from other divorced men, not myself. I've been married for 71 years. No,
divorced men.
Divorced men. Yeah.
Well, Julie is in an odd situation. It's not typical.
It just seems like it's a little sexist to think that only men are paying.
Wait a minute! No, that was me not feeling the other. Rumors are that Tom Arnold made a tidy sum from Roseanne Barr.
Sure you go. So there you go.
You're the Roseanne.
I'm all in favor of both ways.
Fuck you.
Whichever spouse has the money shall pay.
He who has the money shall. She or he who has the money shall pay.
Yes.
So I don't know if Steve has a private jet. I've never heard of it.
When I just sold my house, he came and looked at it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Did he buy it?
What was it up for?
I said, "You want this for like the kids or something, like a
little
house?
shack,
yeah,
like a stabbing cabin."
Yeah,
for them
stabbing cabin.
I know that phrase. That's one of his favorite. Stabbing cabin.
Stabbing cabin up in Truesdale.
What is the origin of stabbing cabin? Quickly,
it's just a funny term.
Isn't it from the 1930s? It's about a place you have an affair with.
I heard an agent say it.
A shack for shagging.
Yeah, it's a shagging shack. I've heard it a bunch of different places.
It's funny. I think some agent told me, he goes, "Well, I live out in Malibu. I got a stabbing cabin in town." I go, "What?" Then I sort of did the math in my head. I go,
point? Have a stabbing cabin.
It's hysterical.
It's
a great phrase.
It is. I think it's just to have a great phrase.
Mistress, yeah. You don't have to have mistress to have a stabbing cabin.
So you want to hear about our first date?
Go ahead.
I want to hear everything I can about you two because David is, my partner and really good friend, and I love to hear about him as a boyfriend.
He showed up at.
Julie is fluent in Italian. She is
nice try.
Looking at your notes.
He showed up at my apartment in New York after doing Letterman, and it was Halloween, and you had a clip-in, colorful, like blue or black hair clip-in. Yeah, because you left it on the floor, and you had a tiny bottle of Jack Daniels in your sock. And I was like,
"That's cool."
Half of that sounds familiar.
A flask.
Wait, you think that's cool, Dana?
Well, you see, anybody. I mean, it's so illicit to have I'm just going to get a pop.
Well,
because he's like that's all he could. Like he's a gentle soul.
Right. He's a gentle drinker too.
I do about
a little bit.
Back then, I could do about 3 drinks a night, but I do 2 now. But that was Jack Daniels. I don't drink anymore. I drink vodka, but that was a little too sugary. Bless my heart, it was too.
You kept a little tiny airplane bottle in your sock.
In my socks. Yeah,
it's a lab experiment. When David gets a cocktail, there's a Diet Coke, right, and then you get the Tito's neat, and then you're mixing and matching and pouring and pouring.
Just to get, so I don't get, but I used to get the hangover so bad, so now I just want to get a buzz. I don't want to get so fucking like collapsing. So I think it's a combo of being a puss and being a loser. It's some sort of doctors told me.
A puss plus a loser.
Yeah, something like that. Fragile.
So what happened on this first date? He shows up. He's got the bow in his hair. He's got Jack Daniels in his sock.
He's got clip-in hair extensions, and he's got Jack Daniels in his sock.
That's clear.
It had a bow in it. It was a bow.
No, what do you mean stricken?
It wasn't extensions.
They were. It was for Halloween.
Oh, maybe something fun.
You had gone on Letterman on Halloween because I was like, "What's happening with your hair?" And you're like, "It was Halloween." And then he just started a constant stream, a barrage of funny came at me.
Absolutely.
For about 45 minutes. And next thing I knew, I was naked. And I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
He wore you down. So you endorphinized, you completely relaxed. And by the time he's reaching for buttons and stuff, you're like, whatever.
I don't even know. I'm laughing, laughed all the way through.
Did you laugh through?
I did laugh through sex.
Oh, okay.
Because come on.
Well, that's not
okay.
Great.
That's a whole other story.
No, that's not.
No, that's good for our podcast.
It should slow down right toward that part.
It could be fade out on that.
Nope. No, it was funny because I remember calling my sisters the next day. I go,
is sex good?
No, what did you say to your sister?
I said, I saw him do Spade last night. They're like, oh no. And I said, he's funny. Funny counts.
Why is everyone fucking
Funny counts? That's the name of this episode.
But when I came and so we saw you New Year's Eve, when we'd been seeing each other for a while, and Molly, my sister, and I came to see you at the Delano. We were somewhere in Miami, right? We stayed at the Delano, and she laughed so hard in that performance. She leaned over to me at the end of it. She goes, "I'd fuck him."
Yeah, Molly.
That was to comedians all over America.
There are chuckle fuckers out there. I'm not a chuckle fucker.
A chuckle fucker, is that a
people that go out with you are chuckle fuckers?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, I'm so
because
you
you're
know
funny.
How serious
you're
and
funny.
grim I am.
No, you're not. You're very funny. No, you think this is about looks? You are very funny.
David.
So you seduced each other comedically.
You have
No.
2 Emmys versus my 0. That really fucking burned my onion.
It doesn't mean you're not great if you don't have an Emmy. We have Emmys.
Quit saying, you dragged yourself into it?
Doesn't mean we're what? Oh,
Dana, how many Emmys do you have?
2. It doesn't matter. 6 nominations. Look, we need to move on. David, you are a superstar.
I don't think I was with Julie when they announced at the Emmys David Hyde Pierce, and I started to get up.
You should have won one.
It was so sickening. You would have fucking
and you were
blocked
like,
me.
"Got it."
I go, David, where that guy? Yo.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was good though because it was a good wake up call. Why did I think I could win? That's the thing.
What? I know. I was laughing.
okay.
I was laughing
that
really
was
loud,
good,
and I
actually.
didn't want to blow out your mic.
Professional.
No, you won
not
to,
laugh.
and but
David.
okay, back to
Fine, I'll let you ask questions.
Well, I love
Yeah.
that story.
Julie. When we went to the commercial, you were naked.
I know you
in
did.
the story.
You just, it was like a wall of words. It was like getting roofied by humor.
Oh yeah, I've seen him do that where it's just tumbling, with all these one-liners and references, and it is a barrage.
Well, you
if
have to
he's
be the
on.
same frequency of humor,
and then you're laughing.
I'm
Which
laughing.
is
She's
oxygen
a great
for him.
audience.
And
Yes.
yeah, I was laughing and laughing. But that was about the last time we were on a date alone.
Oh,
Because
boy.
then you was always you always brought somebody.
Yeah. Got silent.
Oh.
He
Well,
always
I will
brings
say-
he always brings people on dates.
Well, yeah.
The worst
we
is when
always
Sandler
speak-
found out about us going out because then these two will gang up against me.
Sabathu.
We have time for one more question.
This
We
is
cut all of this out, aren't you?
You were on ER where you did a strong turn.
talking about strong turns.
What was the?
What I have these kinds of questions that don't involve that.
I know. Well, I wanted to just let
Should
the
we-
audience know about her career
Okay.
with the Happy Gilmore of it all. We do have to just
Yes.
because it's
She's in
exciting
the
because we just
comedy
did that
world.
thing for Adam.
Because I did that. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
did.
you were at the dinner.
By the way, I watched your Kennedy Center strong.
Oh, yeah?
Turn off the cameras for a moment. That was really, really
the
good.
teleprompter joke. That's
Yes.
a good starter.
Let's turn off the
You
teleprompter.
can only use it once.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
so funny.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Did
Conan
you-
liked that one. That
It was
Bless his
really
heart.
good.
Thank
That
you
was
very
a
much for
joke
watching
in
that.
that.
And we had a blast out there. We saw you at the dinner before, the
Yeah.
intimate dinner for 200 people.
The intimate dinner for 200. I call it the B list. It was the
It was the spillover room.
It was the spillover. It was the LA crew that was not going to be invited. Dana, did you go to DC?
I was there.
Oh, sorry. So you were
Our
A
paths never
list.
crossed.
You were there.
No, you were in DC.
I was.
You were
Right,
at the
no,
dinner
but you
too.
were also at the dinner. We
Oh,
were
the
at
Hillcrest.
the dinner. You know,
Adam had a
I
dinner
thought
2
you
days
were
was like
before.
the-
And
Yeah.
then I went to DC.
I was like the
Yeah,
the
the dinner
low
was
level.
Did you go to
just
the
an old
Italy
school
Post?
call sheet of all his movies combined.
Right, exactly.
Because it was you were from Happy Gilmore and Hubie Halloween, and then Dennis Dugan did both of those, right?
Yeah.
Directed. And
No, Dennis Dugan didn't direct Hubie.
he didn't.
No. Mm-mm.
Do you remember who
Ed
did?
Hurley?
No, hang on. Give me a second. Don't do this.
I
to
think
me.
it was Dennis.
So embarrassing.
No.
No, I would fucking know if it was Dennis.
I know Goosen did pickups.
No, yes, he did pickups, but it was someone has the internet. They'll figure it out. I forget.
Heather,
Bob.
will you
no.
find out who directed Hubie Halloween?
Jeff.
Brill.
You make
Brill.
quite a Brill.
Steve
Was it
Yeah,
Brill?
Steve Brill
Mhm.
has
Steve
directed
Brill
a
did
lot
the
of
do-over,
Happy
yeah.
Madison
He did a lot of
movies.
them.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve Brill.
So
Sorry.
you did Happy Gilmore and Hubie Halloween.
Right, for Adam.
Happy Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Happy Gilmore. Do you get recognized? Do you get asked about that? You must get recognized a lot from that.
From Happy Gilmore. Most people were like, oh, I didn't realize that was you because I look like I was 50 in that movie.
You had a Spade haircut for
I
sure.
had it was like a Princess Di, like frosted and like sprayed into place. We were in Canada. We had lovely crew, but like I've got sad white trash hair that wants to like run back to the
I
trailer.
think it looks pretty cool.
Your hair looks good now.
every afternoon. So they wanted to be, nobody knew who I was, and that was fine. They wanted to get my hair done in the morning. They never have to touch it again. So it was like this orb, like I could turn my head and it would come after me, like. And it was like a helmet. And I thought, oh, it's bad, but no one's going to see this movie. It's okay.
Let's be honest.
I thought no one was going to see the movie. I thought it'd be like a Billy Madison, which was really, really fun. And like a lot of people saw it, but it wasn't like a humongous thing.
Well, it was like,
it grew.
But it started building. That was when it was building.
Yeah. Right.
Did anyone refer to it as a turkey during filming? Yeah.
That sounds very specific and personal, Dana.
I just feel old guys here, this turkey ain't going to fly. I just heard it as a figure of speech from old Teamsters. Look, kid, you're in a turkey.
You're in a turkey.
Good luck with it.
It's all right.
I was, I think, on Lost and Found when the camera guy goes, hey, get him next time. I go, what does that mean?
You thought you did the best.
The whole movie's not even done yet? Nah, come on.
We're all going to
learn from this one.
Tell you everything.
That feels like
because they know
negative.
they're like in the side not laughing.
They're not laughing. The worst part of movies, you do the first rehearsal at 8 a.m., you get all the chuckles. By the time it's on your shot, 12 hours later,
you're burned out.
It's like Dresden in there, okay?
But I mean, why don't you do you direct your own stuff?
Now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do anything with someone.
And like keep it in 2 shots because who wants a close up?
I like
comedy?
2 shots.
Well, that's why everyone loves dailies back in the day because you could see the wide shot. This is so funny. Then it's cut into a million pieces. And it doesn't go from funny to less funny. It goes to not funny.
Right.
Yeah. So no, I'm in total control of my career. Look at this. I say whatever I want.
Right. No, obviously you're the master of your own domain. Yes. I can see that you have an empire.
Yeah, kind of.
2 shots.
Antonio's Deli Productions have a production company with my sons, and yours is called
Bowen and Sons.
Is that to do with your sons?
My sons? No, I just always thought it was funny.
Oh,
I mean, my sons are 20.
Like a store in a small town.
Yeah, like Bowen and Sons. I don't know.
No, it's funny. It's like a big
hilarious.
Corporate.
We're dying.
Incorporated. This is the best podcast I've ever been a part of because it's like a pinball machine. I love it. We're just going all over.
Oh, that's me. I'm really sorry. If you guys had like a direction you need to go, I can be quiet.
Be in the moment.
No.
Okay, because I can be quiet and like answer questions if you want.
No, this is new.
No,
we've done a lot of these. You're in your own flavor, your own lane. Your stuff with David.
Well,
who's your favorite interview been so far?
Favorite interview so far?
Don't ask us that shit.
You know what? I guess it relates to you only because it was very different, and it was like our second one or first one.
Was it Tina?
Ed O'Neill.
Oh, Ed O'Neill.
Oh my God, you had Ed.
We had Ed O'Neill as our first one.
Oh,
are
he
you
was
fucking
our first
kidding me?
Very first.
Was he like looking at his watch?
No, listen. He calls. We all have the same manager, me and him.
Yeah.
Gervitz is and Ed's. So he would call and go, "Hey, Ed saw you on this. He wanted me to tell you. He thought this was funny." Ed, he would do that now and then, which is a very cool thing. I like to do it. He's older school. I do it on someone's Instagram. I will DM say, "Hey, I just saw you on this thing. You were funny," or "Hey, I just saw."
Right.
And so I like getting those feedback from people. And then when he did it, and then we said we're doing the show, he told Gervitz, "Yeah, I'll come on right away." We hadn't even started. He goes, "Yeah, I'll do it." And so he likes comedy, he likes Dana, and so he was super cool. And right away, our first one, it was kind of about SNL. You know, it's like general,
like for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and we go, "You host SNL?" He goes, "Yeah, I didn't really like it." And then it was silent, and then we go, "What else is going on?" And he had the most interesting stories.
I had heard things about him anecdotally, and also met him and this and that. And it was our first one, so I didn't know we had to emphasize SNL that much. So for 45 minutes, I got fascinated by his childhood.
Oh yeah,
he told a
Youngstown,
story because
Ohio.
the Popeye fire, the martial arts guy, the tough guy with no ego about it. Because sometimes I whisper in the bar. I get real soft, and you could see he's making a fist. And the bullies are leaning in. And he goes, then I drop the hammer. So I was so fascinated by a Hollywood actor who first doesn't give a fuck about Hollywood.
None.
Or at all.
None.
Fame, zero. And was almost a made guy in New York.
Yeah.
A real football player. Like a legitimate badass guy who's so alpha male, he doesn't wear it.
Yeah. And started in the theater.
Yeah.
Like actually has this like heavy training and everything.
Great actor. So he was one of our favorites. Maybe it's because it's our first.
Well, he's also super cool. He knew we were new at it, but it's just a bullshit session. So there was really no super wrong way to do it. And he had so many good story after story that we got entranced by that stuff. And then it was a fun one. So
what was he like for you?
We got a lot of good feedback.
He's the best.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't fuck with Ed.
Right.
But he's just mostly just
he's fantastic.
Charmer.
We would joke that he has a book. We would all refer to it as Ed O'Neill, Chapter 9, because he'd be like, why sit? No, why stand when you can sit?
Oh, in a scene?
Why sit when you can lie down? Why come to work when you can be at home? Like the minute he got there, he'd look at his watch and go, when are we wrapping? We do a rehearsal and he'd go, I think we got it. We have not rolled cameras.
Shot it yet.
We have not.
1 foot out the door.
Well, and one day he did leave, drove away. They're like, we're not done. He go, what? He had no idea. He works really fast. He's very smart, and he doesn't waste any time. And he also is like, never start the day in a sweater. You'll regret it. He has all these like bits of wisdom.
For a movie?
Because one day we were shooting this outdoor, like the family's playing touch football. We started shooting at 7 a.m.
When it's cold.
And we're cold, so we like can I get a sweater?
Yeah.
And then it's 2 p.m. And he's like, just crosses his arms and goes, never start in a sweater. And we're like, Chapter 8.
Because you have to match for people.
Chapter 8, Ed O'Neill. He has so much wisdom.
Did you direct him ever?
Yes, I did have to direct him.
Is it hard directing everybody?
No, you just make sure the cameras are in the right place and walk away.
When you get him in, you go, okay, he's coming, so let's be ready.
Yeah, let's be really ready because you're not even going to get a whole take. You're gonna be like, I think we got it. You're like, we haven't rolled yet. So that was terrifying. But he's
that's
wonderful.
From experience that when you got a neurotic director and you're wearing everybody out, wearing the crew out, wearing the actors
Wait,
out.
whoa, who's neurotic in this story? Is this
not
me?
you.
Not
Okay.
you. No.
You're prepared. I could tell you, Julie would be prepared.
I had a director once, so that you're just going to drop bullets on. It's a close up.
Yeah,
I'm going to say an hour.
On dropping bullets?
Yeah. Oh, that could be reset. Just a little frame different and just like that.
Were you even in the shot or just your hand?
But I was watching it and realized, okay, this guy is in a sandbox and right now he's dropping bullets and he doesn't want to go in and have dinner.
Right.
He does not want it to be over.
Right.
And so that kind of director just exhausts the shit out of everyone. But if you have Ed O'Neill, like, you're smart. You went over and said, Ed, what are you going to do here?
Right.
We'll be on you like this.
Right.
That's it.
And it's more about the people around him. And I mean, Ed is, and if you tell him where you're starting and where you're finishing, he knows where to go. And the man is so savvy. And he was so great with the kids because they were 11. And he would be like, bring them aside and tell them this is, you don't want to cross in the middle of a scene because then they got to film you twice. Like things like that.
All the old school tricks.
The old school, like find a comfortable place and not in the middle, but to the left or the right of the scene. So, they you don't have to be in every single shot.
Oh, in the background when they're shooting close-ups.
Yeah. He knows all the tricks. Cross off before, say your line and cross off.
And then you'll never have to.
So he's about conserving energy.
He is, you know what? A little goes a long way with him, and he knows it. He's
By the way, all those tricks, and it still works. It's not like people are like, oh, now it's bad. It's like, no, it's still good. You just cut the horse shit out because there's a lot of fluff and bullshit when they do overtakes. I remember we were doing so many takes on Dickie Roberts. Oh, a couple people remember in the back?
Knucking Futs.
Dickie Roberts, a comedy starring David Spade from 1997.
The very last day we have.
Brick, wall, waterfall. Dickie thinks he's got it all, but I don't. But he don't, but I do.
But I do. So boom with the
attitude. So boom
Peace,
with
punch, Captain Crunch. I got something you can't touch.
Which is really problematic, that line. When a 10-year-old girl,
say it now.
A 10-year-old girl is going, peace, punch, Captain Crunch, I got something you can't touch. And they cut back to David going, and you're like,
she's telling me I can't.
That you can't touch her.
That's the right thing to say.
Well, it's still kind of fucked up.
It's a song.
It's a little fucked up.
And then she goes, bang, bang, points down there. Choo-choo train. Wind me up, I do my thing.
Where does this go? Fudge, lemonade?
No.
Where does go?
That's a dirty
what's
song.
The mic drop?
Well, that's dirty. Well, Dana's a dirty man.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at this.
My mind is in the gutter.
No, he has to keep me in check.
I do think sexual thoughts all the time, and no one wants to know what I'm thinking.
Dana keeps me in check because I get a little R-rated on the thing.
You get a little R-rated, but you have editing power.
Well, we don't take
right.
it out.
We don't like to edit much, you know. But yeah, sometimes David will go, got a little pusher, and I'm like,
yeah, that's that. Yeah, maybe not that.
No, I think we said once that homeless people sometimes have really good hair and huge dicks, and it's not fair. And then,
but so
it's
does
funny. It's true.
So do a lot of people, just like in general.
It's all not fair. I don't like any of it.
no,
like
but
homeless.
a lot of
Anyone
people don't
with
have their
good
pants
hair
around
and a
their
big
ankles.
dick pisses you off.
Yes, there we go.
And you don't care if they're living under an underpass
or in Truesdale.
Still envious, even though they live in a cardboard box.
Infuriated,
they have the two
mad.
metrics that he really wants most: giant hair and a huge
and a giant
appendage.
dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
We're working on it.
Hey, you Scott.
yeah, but
Running out of time, but working on it.
We're out of time. I've never said.
Running out of time in life, but I'll get there.
Anyway, we're really our guest today. We're going to start now.
Okay, now
Julie-
you guys can ask me questions or whatever it is that you do.
be normal.
Should we just do one SNL song?
No. Let me tell you my finishing story. And
please,
Dickie Roberts, we were
please do.
done.
Dickie Roberts out now.
You can take it if you want.
I just don't understand it.
That was a gift I got.
It's
She's looking at her fly on the wall.
It's a little
I don't know if it's a
creepy.
lunch pail or what is
It's just a little bit like something like you made in leather tooling class
There's
at
condoms
Tandy.
in there.
This is a, I was given, people can't see
We're
this,
looking
but
at
it
a
says fly on the
leather-
wall.
a
It's a
leather little
leather
bag.
something, and I was given it backstage
It
of
says
the
fly on the
show.
wall.
It's very sweet. I have to put it back where it belongs. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So at the end of the movie, like you were saying, we
Dickie
had
Roberts.
Sam Weissman was the director, and he was great. The whole time was great. We moved quickly. That's
I'm
always
sorry. Does Dana always, like an old lady at a matinee, unwrapping her Werthers?
No, this is. Yeah, I hate people who do this in a movie theater. It's a drama.
He's doing it.
It's fucking eating can. Yeah. So anyway, go ahead, David.
Thank God Dana takes the heat. He's eating a protein
It's just
bar.
over there. You're like,
David got me into protein bars. Like
They're the
now,
best.
I'm not even hypoglycemic, but I'm like, I guess I better have a bite of one.
You have to
I'm gonna
eat.
wait till the story's over. This is the Dickie Roberts Lifetime Achievement
Such a
Story
good story.
Award, starring David Spade.
We all know that when you move quickly on a movie, like if Julie's the director, she's got like this, I know how she is, and she's smart, thinking ahead, and she will keep that set moving.
You could direct
that
me.
keeps morale up. Now, on this movie, everything was going pretty good. But at the last day, we were wrapping. We said we're going to wrap around 5 early because we only had a couple things to do. So we planned a party. And then we said, and then everyone will stay and we'll have catering and all this shit. We wrapped at 12:30 in the night. And
at night, like at a.m.
And we missed the party. And I think, bless his heart, the director had rapophobia. And that's what Dana was talking about. They don't want to go home. They don't want it to be over. And they keep shooting.
They're playing
and making
their
up things to
sandbox.
shoot, basically.
But they also they have overlords and people at studios being like, you didn't get this, you didn't
No, I know
cover
that
it,
for
and they
sure.
start to doubt themselves, and they're like, they know they have it, but they're like, I might have to shoot it like a
Sure. Do you have a
3/4
POV from the squirrel shooting up? And they're like, no, we didn't get that. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing out
It
there?
is
So the
a
next day,
methodology of some companies. Just cover the shit out of it,
And
and
then
we'll make
we'll-
the movie in post.
Exactly.
make it in editing. It's an old thing they do. And even on Sandler movies, like if he's not there, because he sort of masterminds the whole thing. And if I'm on a movie and he's producing it, then they want to know, they're second guessing, what will he be looking for?
Exactly.
But you're in them with him, so it's fun when you're in with him. When it's not, you have to do a little extra coverage.
Yeah, I don't know. I've
You know
been
what I
I've been with him.
You're like, I've been blessed to be in the good ones where Adam's in them.
Every movie I did with Adam, I just did 2 cameos. They both were not his biggest box office.
What were they?
Jack and Jill and Little Nicky. All very
Oh,
funny.
Little
Sandy
Nicky is a
Wexler.
big cult hit, though.
Yes.
That one is
at
people
the time,
love.
it was, but yeah.
I'm from the
I mean,
South.
Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are huge now with young kids.
Yeah.
Again.
Because those 90s comedies, early knots comedies, they were just funny and light.
What's
My
a
sons
knot?
love 'em. I don't know. How do you, what's 2000 to 2009? Is that the
That's
knots?
the aughts.
Aughts?
The
It's not the
aughts.
knots? I've been saying that for 2 years.
Jason and the
knots,
Arger
it's like,
knots.
It's like it's what you didn't want to do in the aughts. That's a knot.
Okay, we talked about this the other day. And what's 2010 to 2019?
Oh, I don't have any idea.
That's the
The
teens.
naughty teens?
The naughty teens.
Are you a naughty teen?
No,
And what are we into now?
That's a
The
website I
20s.
have.
We're in the roaring 20s.
We're up to the
We're in
20s.
the roaring 20s after a
now,
pandemic.
finally, roaring 20s.
Just like 100 years ago.
What was your strong turn on ER?
I
It
played
said-
a woman named Roxanne.
What do you do?
I made out with I was a I can't remember what my role, what my character was. She did insurance or something.
Yep.
And I ended up with Noah Wiley.
Strong turn.
Who
did you give a BJ to in Horrible Bosses? Just look at my notes.
Jason Bateman.
Was it?
Close.
No, I'm guessing.
Sudeikis.
It was Sudeikis, but you never see it. You just hear the improv where I say your balls are so smooth.
And that was improv? That was your ad lib? And they kept it in?
Yeah. Your balls are so smooth.
And who was your husband?
Oh, Kevin Spacey. But it was before...
Did you leave the window open?
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. He was top of his game.
Yep.
We did not. There were no
Brilliant
scandal.
actor.
One of the biggest stars at the time, probably. It was huge.
This was even pre House of
Netflix show?
Cards.
Oh,
He still had some life in him.
You're still.
It's like
It says you're fluent in Neutrogena. I'm reading this wrong.
no, I'm not.
She's a spokesman.
You were a spokesman for Neutrogena.
I was twice.
Is fluent in Neutrogena.
I was a spokesman for Neutrogena twice when I was a younger person, and then they got me to be as an old person.
They need old people on there.
Then they didn't renew my contract because they said they needed someone who looked more mature. Nicole Kidman.
Do you know that's a word that makes you sound drunk? What are the two words that make you sound drunk?
Neutrogena.
Say judicial.
Oh, yeah.
I went to judicial and I got some Neutrogena.
You're right.
Those two words, you're stone sober, you will sound drunk.
That's a world you're...
Neutrogena and judicial.
I remember seeing
system.
Julie on the back of a magazine in a Neutrogena picture.
Yeah. That was and then you were finally like, okay, I guess she's worthy of this Spade Hall of Fame.
It was already rolling by then.
I think it had already rolled.
No, she was on Ed, and then you went to Boston Legal.
And
then you did.
Do we just do IMDb?
Yeah.
You work with William Shatner.
I'm reading. I don't
Did
really
you go with James Spader, William Shatner? Was that on that? Too?
That was James Spader and William Shatner and Candice Bergen. That's who I was most. Candy. Oh, you guys.
Back to SNL.
Oh, she was on SNL.
She's a 5-timer, isn't she?
Yeah, she. I had an Asian character named Ching Change, and she was in those sketches. I know. The vapors come on.
Like, I need to leave now.
It was 1986. I would never do it again. I swear. But it was a character done very lovingly and sweetly. But
I was
she was part
horrified
of that
in the audience. I'll tell you that much.
Do you worry about that? Like
I'll get someone's
going to cancel you because what you did in 86?
Because I know where it came from. I know the intent in my heart. Intentions matter. So I got it. It's based on someone I knew.
And no one said anything.
Who had a pet chicken or appeared to have a pet chicken on a leash in his front yard.
Yeah. Which is very sweet. I just, it's crappy now that you have to worry about that. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, am I going to say something that I think is funny? And then,
Well, they tried to ding Ben Stiller, who's brilliant, about Tropic Thunder. And it just says they don't have time for...
But Tropic Thunder was like ahead of its time.
Satirizing narcissistic actors who will do anything to get an Academy Award. It has nothing to do with anything else. So he just didn't apologize. And
was that for Simple? Oh, it was for Simple Jack.
No.
And also Robert Downey Jr.
And also Robert Downey Jr.
An Australian actor who was so narcissistic and so desperate that he does blackface, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was... But I thought that was...
Simple Jack was in trouble, too.
Simple Jack...
Well, that was making fun. I always say to my kids, like, if you see people play, mentally deficient human beings, they always have short khaki pants and awkward haircuts and big ears. And so I saw that in two actors, I won't name them, who got the Academy Award for playing a character like that. So Ben was satirizing the cliche that if you're that type of person, you need to have really short khaki pants and a really short haircut and have your ears stick out.
Right. And he was satirizing it, but sometimes the satire gets you canceled.
Well,
blurry.
and I'm not against
if you just look at it from the surface.
There's cringy things all over, movies and it's fine. I mean, I'm open minded.
I haven't watched Wayne's World recently. I'm not sure. Would it be like?
We're good on that one because we didn't do any drugs. The only thing we did was we'd see a girl and thrust our hips and say swing.
Sorry, swing.
And so it's pretty. Sphincter says what? Schwing. It's pretty benign.
Cream of some young guy?
Do you do Cream of some young guy?
Austin Powers, which is a brilliant trilogy, went harder at some of those things.
Okay.
I don't... God, that might have been in Wayne's World.
Did you say I'd like some gangbang chicken? Is that?
I just know that all those movies made me laugh really hard, and I revisited. I produced a movie for Disney Plus. It's the first TV-14 movie they've done called Prom Pact. It just came out last week, and it has like red Solo cups and people reference sex, and there's gay characters, and it kind of fell between the Bob Chapek going out and Bob Iger coming back in. People were not really paying close attention, and I can't decide if we're going to be like, if Disney's going to love us and hire us again and again, or they are like freaking out because they actually have characters saying some racy things.
So 14 means just 14 and up instead of just totally G
kids.
Or PG.
Exactly. Right. It's not even PG. It's like yeah, there's some content up in here. But yeah, it can. There's some content up in here.
There's some content all up in here. I don't know.
We get some content up in here, but you get concerned that you're going to get in trouble later on.
Yeah, I'm been around so long and no one cares about me. I'm uncancelable. I mean, I can't. No one would cancel me because they don't even know
Dana,
to look me up.
I'm too superstitious. I don't want you to get canceled.
Listen, the Emperor's New Groove. We had to take out all the dry humping scenes.
Oh no, and it was animated. So but for Prom Pact, we decided to address all the 80s problems and the John, because it's a reference, it's all like an homage to John Hughes, but then we have to talk about how problematic John Hughes was. So we watched all those movies again. And
Ferris Bueller?
Ferris Bueller holds up well.
That seems kind of like an iconic comedy.
Breakfast Club?
Breakfast Club mostly pretty well.
But there's some edge.
I mean, now that we go over to like Weird Science,
Weird Science is
God, I love that.
Not what is the main ding? What subject? Was
I mean,
the
character in Prom Pact says it's an episode of SVU. Like it's like you create a woman and just to bang her. I think.
Oh yeah, Weird Science. I got you. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds, very problematic.
Sure.
Yes.
There's some really...
All those movies are like drill a hole through walls just to watch girls naked.
It's like, couldn't even touch that.
And make sure the girls passed out before you have
sex. Remember that one? Glory Hole Galore.
I think that was actually a porn. That might have been a porn.
I don't know about that. I don't know where I saw it. I made that up. They're going, really? That's a movie?
That's a movie. Like,
a movie that couldn't be made today for $20, Bob. Glory Hole.
There's a great Glory Hole on Peak.
This is the kind of content that Dana's not comfortable with.
Today.
I know. He's jumping in, though.
Today it's all, we're hanging it all out. This will be one episode.
This one won't air.
My wife will be driving and she'll be...
What's the Prom Pact?
What is the Prom Pact? What do you mean? What is it?
Yeah, what's the actual pact?
Oh, it's that the two best friends in the movie agree that they've never done any
gangbang.
No, they've never gone to any of the high school stuff. They're both like nerds and really serious. They're like, they've never gone to prom. They're like, fine, we'll do it together. And then the lots of complications ensue.
Yeah, don't give everything away.
I'm not going to give it away.
It's
You're
two
gonna like
guys
it.
or two girls?
Two girls. No, girl and a guy. They're best friends.
Oh, they're best friends. Are they going to go together? Or
yeah, they're going to go together.
Now streaming or coming up?
Now streaming.
It'll be
now streaming.
Disney
You would
Plus.
actually like. I don't know what your taste is. You would actually like it because it's kind of sweet and it's kind of cute.
Sweet and cute. I don't mind that.
It's sweet and cute, and there's some pervy
2001
things.
Space Odyssey.
And there's some pervy things.
And I like the first Alien.
You like 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah.
Sober?
I've seen it 40 times.
How many of those times were you unaltered?
No, he loves
No, unaltered. I've memorized. Out of Africa is my wife and I's touchstone movie.
2001. Did you just say you have it memorized?
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
There's only like 8 words.
I know. That's why
Yeah. I'm like, I remember
Open the pod bay door.
Open the pod bay door.
No,
I'm sorry, I can't do that. There's not much.
In high school, when we would see it, and I would say, "Open the bathroom door, Hal." They were stoned. My friends were stoned in the Volkswagen Bug in 1969, and I would go, "Open the bathroom door," instead of "Papa." They would laugh for like an hour and a half, because they were high. But
I never understood. It is brilliant and way beyond me in a lot of ways. I feel like I missed.
It's just, is there a better topic for a film than how we got here? And the idea we've been seeded by aliens, basically, that infused primates with intelligence that become us.
That's what it was about.
I mean, the greatest mic drop in a movie is with the discovery that he can use the bone as a weapon. how he takes his time, and then that music, and then he throws it. It turns into a spaceship. I mean, come on, Julie, go with me. Well, what's your favorite movie besides Wayne's World? And Dickie Roberts?
I love Dickie Roberts, of course.
But iconic. Here's a question: movies you watch. Every couple of years, movies that like for me, The Godfather 1 and 2, I'll see every couple of years.
That's a real dude. Yeah. I think that's.
I know. What's yours?
Scarface dude movie.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
With Jim Carrey. Right?
Jim Carrey.
That's a very heavy, cool. Did Charlie Kaufman write that?
Charlie Kaufman wrote it, and Michel Gondry. Is that how you say his name? I'm probably saying it wrong.
That's his name. That's her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her name. You're an asshole. Any Charlie Kaufman movie, I feel like you can watch again and again and again because it's like they're so layered.
It was the one with Nicolas Cage.
Is that the one? Or someone
Nicolas Cage? That was the
Malkovich.
That was the one. Not being John Malkovich. That was the one. Adaptation.
Yes.
Adaptation was phenomenal.
Charlie Kaufman wrote on the variety show I did in 96 with Louis C.K. And
he did?
Yeah, Charlie Kaufman.
Never say him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? What was that like?
Charlie is, he's brilliant. He's quiet. He's, he was just around doing crazy stuff.
But he would write a sketch that would be easily digestible to an American audience. I can't see it.
Well, the show was essentially canceled after 12 minutes of airing. They let us. We'd already the first 6 episodes.
I see.
We went from 16 million to 2 million as I was playing Clinton breastfeeding puppies. So that we did not have a commercial bone in our body. That was Disney. Disney bought ABC after we agreed to the deal, and so we were a square peg in a.
Well, you went after Home Improvement, which was a very family
Spin City, Home Improvement.
You followed Home Improvement?
Yeah, which is a great show.
We
were doing acidy, right. But we weren't. They thought we were blue. We weren't blue at all. We were just abstract. That's where
Bill Clinton breastfeeding puppies. You're not joking. That
was the cold opener. It was Louis' idea, not to blame Louis. We banked it a month before.
Everyone wants to blame him.
And it was like, he goes, Clinton's like, and I believe in our country. I know we're in a crisis. And he goes, and that's why I have. And then I'm just buttoning the jacket, and you see these teats have been put on me. And then puppies are brought out. And I will feed these puppies like I feed a worried nation. That kind of thing.
Worried nation.
Right after Spin City. What's going on? Laugh track.
Oh my God. It makes me so happy to hear you do impersonations. I know.
I'll do anyone you want.
Really? You do so many. Just right there, you just did Bill Clinton and Michael J. Fox, but barely, whiffing past them so perfectly.
No, he can do Trump.
Lately, I've been doing
Trump with the Miranda rights.
I do Trump. I don't know. This will be after. You can cut this out. When Trump got arrested, put it that way. You could put the cuffs on me, but you don't have to read me the rights because I wrote the rights. I could write a lot of things. I wrote it with a lovely lady named Miranda. I told her you have the right to remain silent. She put it down, and we're going to do it. Some people said no, but we're doing it anyway. And we wrote the whole thing. So that's just a poem, basically, for me. You want to hear my Fauci poem?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a poem that maybe wouldn't work anymore. To me, they're all Fauci poems.
Okay.
I know I told you when you had the COVID shot, you'd be dancing in the streets. Okay, I missed it by that much. All right. Now you have 2 COVID shots, 3 boosters. You're getting and giving COVID to another guy who's got 2 boosters and 3 shots. That's why I'm introducing the daily COVID shot. Every day you go to your healthcare provider, you get your shot. By the time you get to your car, you got no immunity, but it's a beautiful 39 seconds. I'm Tony Fauci, and from the bottom of my all-new leather Fauci's, go fuck yourself. I had to get the end.
Who would
That's
do?
Cathartic. I'm sorry if I've done that before on the podcast. Not many times.
No,
would you like to go? Would you ever go back on SNL and do characters?
Yeah, of course I would.
Come
on, let's get real. My father lost his job. No joke. I can't around here because David Spade is the funniest guy I've ever seen. It's the people, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Sorry. I would. I like doing it on the podcast because there's no rehearsal, no script, no one's yelling at me. David's not trying to control me.
Right, because on SNL they don't make as much fun as Biden as would maybe.
as you would like to.
Well, as just split it down the middle. Just keep it fun. Make fun of both sides.
Yeah, they just have that guy, that
James Austin Johnson.
He's
brilliant.
just so good. His cold open this last week.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. He was doing singing, and
he is amazing.
He's so good at it that it kind of doesn't matter.
It's too good.
It's so good.
I don't. My style is like I don't want to teach or be taught, so I'm not going to try to overtly sneak in a political statement. I don't like preaching to a choir and getting
right.
So I'm trying to find what is fucking funny about these people. Both these two guys are really funny, rhythmically, personality-wise. At first, when Biden came out, it was just like grandpa of the country.
Yeah.
Trump made everyone crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, come on, folks. He was very gentle. And then he started yelling, and that was like, what a great hook. You know, he whispers, guess what? The rich don't pay their fair share. They got to pay their fair share. It's a fair share. And it goes up and screams like the grumpy old man, right? Basically, the ball went in his yard. It's mine now.
He'd get off my lawn.
But to your point, I don't know what the point was.
No,
I just would you want to go on and do any, do you guys miss that?
The shoe was on the other foot.
You know, you were right.
I don't know how not to ask questions.
No. We like it when you ask questions.
You're not pushy enough.
The point is, yes, it's fun. I go back there and do a guest spot.
They
That's
could
really
easily bring
fun.
Dana in to cover somebody.
I love being on it. I love sketch comedy. And I love watching the people doing it now. But if you're doing a small comedy club and riffing or podcasting, I get a lot of a fix off that too. You know.
Yeah. You don't need to.
It's not going through 100 channels and, getting edited. Or you watch, even the Mark Twain, we had a great time, but they took 90 minutes out of the show. So
they did?
I got 4 jokes lost. I only did 4.5 minutes. I lost 4 jokes.
Do you want to do one of the lost jokes?
Do you want to do one right now? Yeah, let's do it.
What if they suck? I said, in this woke age of PC and comedy, please, I think Mark Twain would be the only one that would not win the Mark Twain Award.
No wonder. Of course, that wasn't going to be. That was designed to be cut. You're like, here's a freebie. You threw them
the prompter, they held up scissors with their fingers.
Nope. That is the most low-hanging fruit. You insulted Mark Twain.
I said he had some iffy stuff. And then, here's a harmless one. Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of movies with Sandler. Instead of listing them, just go to your unmarried uncle's house and look at his posters in his bedroom. That's my movies with Sandler. Do over. That's fun. That's harmless little jabs.
That's harmless.
And it makes fun of me.
Did the Dennis thing make it? I don't think so.
Oh, on the actual show?
No,
I don't think so.
What was yours?
Dennis Miller about Sandler getting the Twain, if I can remember it. Criminy. So the Sandman got the Mark Twain Prize. All right. That's a pithy moniker. One of the great minds of the last millennia has a Cracker Jack motif, okay? Sandman makes 60 movies, gets a tiny whistle for his efforts. So that's just like a little...
They were working with... we got a good Nancy. What did you say? Because Nancy Pelosi was in the front row.
Unpack there. That's me channeling
Nancy
Dennis.
Pelosi was in the front row?
And Paul Pelosi, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How was Paul? You look okay?
Paul
still
looked great. I did Pelosi to her. I said,
ringing.
I do you. It's very exaggerated. The Republicans drive you crazy, and you always look like you just sat on something cold and wet. And then I go, she was not smiling.
Scissors by the telephone.
Scissor time.
Scissors.
She even did it.
She's like, mm-mm.
She goes, guess who's the exec producer of this thing?
The lights started flashing. People are evacuating. Attention.
Oh my God.
Attention. Please remove. Go to the
you guys are
closest.
so
We had a
you're
blast,
fearless that night at
or stupid.
Well, but the
dinner.
D Squad dinner here for
Spillover dinner.
Right.
Spillover dinner for those who were not going to DC. There, everyone got up and everybody gave a loose, not a tight 5, but like a loose 7
tribute
and tribute. And there was some really dicey stuff. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to call anybody out. But I was like, holy crap! These people have no fear.
Right. Well, at the Kennedy Center, everyone was well dressed. It was almost like a corporate audience. There was a little more gravitas about the situation. But that was like playing to your peers in the audience. Most of the comedians were in the audience. But yeah, fearless.
So no Schneider.
What? Come on.
No.
They're poisoning our water.
He was there both.
Adam was there. Or sorry. Yeah, Schneider was there.
Schneider was there? And he performed in that?
He did, and then he sang. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, amazing. Okay.
He can sing.
He sang Grow Old With You.
Grow Old With You?
That was one of Sandler's songs.
He can really sing.
He sang. He's a great singer. On the road, when we go on the road with Adam, he goes up and sings Now or Never as Elvis.
That's right. I've seen him sing. That's right.
And he fucking belts it. They go crazy because he
can actually sing.
He can sing, and he was Elvis in Japan for 6 months, so he knows how to do it.
Wait, for real or like as a joke?
No, he went there when we started stand up, and he did.
He tells a 10-minute story on this podcast about how he became Tiny Elvis in Japan. Was it a big hit?
You said 10 minutes like it was a bad thing. I feel like it was.
No, it was great.
Okay,
I mean, because it was a lot of building blocks of how it came about and how he became Tiny Elvis in Tokyo and crushing. No, he would refer to. He said I was Tiny Elvis.
When we got to SNL,
he said he was tiny.
What if he didn't? Jada just threw that on
I don't know if you're confusing because we did SNL.
Didn't he call himself Tiny Elvis?
The first show of the season when we came back from summer,
he did a sketch where
Nicolas Cage was the host, and we did Tiny Elvis.
That's where I got it from.
Because it's you and it's me. I'm Tiny Elvis.
And wasn't he keyed in on his shoulder or something?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
That's why. Sorry, Rob. That's where I got Tiny Elvis from.
Was Tiny Elvis on the dashboard? And
for sakes, not like I'm Tom Brady over here, you know.
You guys really just free fly it.
No, free fly. Okay, here we go.
You're like, well, there's no there.
There's no there. I'm like, do they head towards something?
I'm most crazy. Fill in the blank with Julie.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is a quiz.
Oh God.
Okay, let's sing. Fill in the blank with Judy.
Yeah, harmonize, David. Harmonize.
No, he's got to
fill in the blank. I'm most crazy when. Fill in the blank.
I'm most crazy when. Oh.
That
you
could be an answer
when you go to bed.
Oh, it could be an answer.
No. I'm most crazy when around my kids when they're jackasses.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever gone on
answer.
and checked somebody's celebrity net worth? Because I do it a lot. I think they're.
Yes.
Have you checked your own net worth?
Yes.
Is it accurate?
No. And that's how I know that the other ones aren't accurate.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so inaccurate.
Okay.
You know, that's I think what they do is you're what you've made, they guess on everything you've ever shot with no taxes and never spending money.
Right. And then you've never spent a nickel of that money, and that you've never put a kid through private school.
Divorce.
Like no divorce. Yeah.
Okay. Gross cash turns into tissue paper in a fireplace. And it's not a complaint. We're very privileged.
Turns into Leno's ear. Remember when Leno goes, my ear? He goes, you know, when your face catches, he goes, when your face catches on fire, your ear is the first to go.
He
it goes up like tissue paper. He goes, there's nothing there.
When I read something negative about myself, my reaction is...
Oh, panic. Panic and shame. And so I don't.
You don't
shame
say,
and
fuck
panic.
These people?
No. So I have a strict no reading about myself ever policy.
I don't look at anything. I don't look at any picture. I don't read anything.
It's too horrifying.
Nothing.
The smart is to believe the good, but don't believe the bad. That's what I do.
But that you can't. If you believe the good, then you got to believe the bad. So you can't read the good. My mom used to always try and send me shit like that she, cut out of the paper or cut out of a magazine. Go, but it's good. And I said, yeah, but I don't want the shit that's good because then I have to believe it when they say that I'm like.
Everyone sees this. 10 examples of how Dana Carvey was never funny. You know,
yes.
Can I click
BuzzFeed.
We have
thanks, BuzzFeed.
Concrete proof.
Here's
David
proof.
Spade's not
My
funny.
biggest indulgence is
glasses. I'm not wearing them right now, but I've spent an enormous
spending money.
That's an adult. Yeah.
What about your ski trip?
Wow.
But that's for the kids. I'll spend money on my kids. Sure. So you could say my kids, but that's boring.
Can we switch the answer, judges?
Last time, or a little sort of Barbara Walters. Last time I felt brave.
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Well, how come you don't ask these questions?
Because he's the brains of the outfit.
Okay.
I'm just here for looks.
Last time I felt brave.
And you also can say pass. It can be like a game show.
No. Wow.
When you went down fucking
All right,
Devil's Ballsack?
No, I did not go down Devil's Ballsack. I did go skiing with my kids, and they were trying to make me do a lot of jumps. And so physically brave, I actually did one. And it was terrifying, and I was sure I was going to break in 10 pieces. I'm a good skier, but...
I used to watch my kids go down a giant hill, laying on their stomach on a flexi. So it's little wheels, and the helmets are kind of not really on. And my wife could look, and I would always have to look away because of childhood trauma.
No, you
can't. But one
can't.
time I did look, and that was the bravest.
Although my kids did say to me, Mom, I think if when I'm a parent, I'll never do this with my kids because it's so dangerous. And I was like, wait, what? I just got told that my parenting was rough by my own kids.
Things I have a hard time saying no to. I mean, you offered a lot of things like charity benefits, and if you could show up.
I say no to everything.
Did you feel guilty at all?
Oh
or
my
you're
God,
just
I feel so guilty. If a friend hits me up for something that's charity oriented, school, charity, all that, yeah, I do a lot of stuff for my kids' schools. That
when you want to say no, how do you do it? Email, phone call, text. Just can't.
Ghost.
Too busy right now.
Or if I want to say no, I'm out of town.
Out of town.
I'm out of town.
Even if you're not, and then you have to hide out those days.
Then you have to hide that weekend.
Okay, here's
but that's
one
okay.
interesting.
It's worth it.
Favorite full circle, because we have a theme. Favorite, everyone has theirs. I know mine. Favorite SNL cast.
Oh, full cast?
Well, or
we're doing like fantasy
we were
football.
part of a hybrid.
Oh, you could do fantasy football.
You guys should do a fantasy football because then I would go.
Do that.
I mean, I would obviously have to have you guys.
Have to, yes.
Have to.
There's Hall of Famers in every cast.
Yeah,
I mean,
who is the starting crew?
Cast.
My starting lineup would have to be but there's some that
no, I hate doing that because then I forget someone.
No, I know, but like Beck Bennett, who was in the last kind of cast,
great cast member.
Quiet, slow roll for the first maybe 4 years, and then on fire for the last
Just
2 or 3.
Putin with the shirt off.
I mean, Putin with the shirt off. And then you've got the guys who Mikey Day and the ones who play the Trump brothers.
Yeah.
But I'd say overall, I mean, you got to have Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
We know we have to have Will.
You have to have Will.
Will knows we have to have Will. He's amazing.
I mean, he's
amazing. He's into. We have to have Bill
ballot.
Hader. You have to have Kristen Wiig. It goes on and on. You know, Keenan gave us a future episode, but he gave a great answer. I guess we can save it, but he said the women. The women since 2000, and of course Sherry O'Terry is one of my favorites before that, and Jan Hooks and everybody. But if it's kind of been so dominant, like never before in the history of the show, when you start adding them up.
And I agree.
Do you like people to say oriented or orientated?
Orientated isn't a word.
I know, my friend says
oriented,
it drives me
that
fucking
sounds
bananas.
Orientated? Who says it?
He goes, they're more family orientated, and I go,
family orientated.
People say it all the time.
Oh, here's an easy one. My favorite
exercise
is
exercise, like with my body.
Yeah, do you like walking? Do you do a stairmaster?
Why do you ask these things?
Because I'm out of bullets. I got nothing.
Yeah. we were out a half hour over and over in the sandbox a while ago. My favorite part, I exercise all the time obsessively because I'm crazy and I have to get my brain to shut up. So I ride a bike to nowhere a lot.
I could have answered that.
Yeah.
Okay, Julie, we know you got to run. Thank you for coming by. We're going to go to a break. We have
everyone behind you goes, she doesn't have to go.
I know.
She doesn't have to go. They're like, we just really need to be done with this.
No, we did good though. We thought it was really good.
We were counselable in a couple segments, right?
Counselable?
No,
counselable. I'm not
cancelable.
I went to state school. I mean,
yeah.
Where are you from?
Montana,
and then the peninsula.
Where in Montana?
Missoula.
Was that where you just were?
I was just in Montana. I was in Big Sky.
I was there too. I was in Big Fork visiting relatives.
I was in Big Dick.
Yeah, there is Big Dick, Dixon County.
I should have said Big Dick.
Big Sky, Big Fork.
You were down by Livingston then.
I don't know. But I like it. I like it because you go skiing there and there's dudes in Carhartt jackets and like no helmet. And they're like old school.
Right.
And then, they're like, they come up here, they cut a butt.
Dana drives up in his Volvo.
I drove up my Volvo.
And they go, look at this city boy.
Well, it's a poem. Well. Looky what we got ourselves here. We got a city boy. You from Stockholm? Is that what y'all? City boy with your Swedish car driving all around. Oh, you got airbags? Oh, you got a little pillow in case you hit a grizzly bear? I sound like Chris Rock.
Hey, sweetie pie. You got a little Do you have a Volvo, by the way?
Do I have a Volvo?
Yeah, I just want the audience to know who to
No,
follow.
I don't have a Volvo.
Do you have a Volvo?
I do have a Volvo, but I do not have a Volvo.
Let's look at a clip of it.
Let's go.
Well, looky what we got ourselves here. We got a baby Volvo. That's what your plan is? Anyway.
Actually, I got to go. Julie.
He has a lunch.
All right, Midnight Toker. You guys work fast.
That's good. 1 hour. We got to get them in and out. We don't want to.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not
like
Rogan.
another pancake. Ty Burrell is
the greatest person that ever lived.
Lightning round.
Yeah.
Jesse Ferguson is
the most unrecognized of our cast as being freaking funny as hell.
Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara is a heart of gold, the most generous. She's a queen. My kid just spent 12 hours with her 2 days ago. Because he went to see America's Got Talent and with another friend.
Oh, she's there?
And I said, if you have a chance, say hi to Sophia. She had cameras on him. She took pictures. She sent it to me. She's the most generous, kind
God, so you
person.
just had a blast.
What's your impression
show?
of Sophia Braga? Do you have one?
Where you have to, it has to be about something. Oh, the one that people really liked, we were on Ellen, and they were saying, what's your relationship with Sophia like? And I said, she keeps to herself, and like she lives in a castle, like in the sky with like a beautiful man. Yeah. But every now and again, I'll get a call and she'll go, Julie, this thing tonight, it is cocktail? I'm like, what do you mean? What do we wear? It's cocktail? I said, well, I mean, you can wear a dress or you just have to look nice. But it's a cocktail. Like it's cocktail. Like she has this very specific cocktail means something tight and to the knee, and in evening means tight and to the floor. And cocktail, she's like, cocktail, with like fruit or flower. And I'm like, so your dress can have fruits or flowers on it for cocktail, but not for evening? She's like, yes. So that's Sophia.
Does she have a good ear? Is it just, that's cool.
You spend time around her.
The best way to learn someone is just to be around them.
Yeah, just being around them.
You just start telling stories and talking for them, and then you realize you're doing an impression of her.
Jizz.
Yeah, jizz.
Mm-hmm.
Jizz.
And what was Sandler's spillover party? Was that cocktail?
It was, well, for me, it was cocktail. For Sandler, it was vagabond.
it was Green Jets parka.
Vagabonde.
It was I'm fluent in Italian. You hear that, and you.
I'm fake. I do fake Italian.
You are very good at your fake Italian.
Julie, the exit is on the.
That's fake
linguini. You should have joined some food words.
The exit's on the
Julie
fifth floor.
Bowen.
I want to see this house.
This has been a podcast presentation of Cadence 13. Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes. Available now for free wherever you get your podcast.
No joke, folks. Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13. Executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment.
The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman, with production and engineering support from Serena Regan and Chris Basil of Cadence 13.
Spade's location is. I do go to the Saturday Night Live parties, and I always go, well, I'll leave at 3 a.m. It's freaky that you get a second win. You get up maybe at 8 or 9, and then you go all the way to 1 a.m. for the good nights, fluffed and folded. Why you going? Are we going? The death of an episode of Saturday Night Live is if people ask, where is the party too early? Like it's 6 o'clock in the hour. It's like 6 p.m. Where's the party tonight? It means they're not focused.
Oh.
But anyway, I go and I eventually end up with Lauren, and we're there together. So basically, I get into the bed at the hotel. I look at my phone. It says 5:30 a.m. and then I turn the light out. And I'm not a night owl. I go to bed at 9 a.m.
No, you're a baller, dude. That's crazy because I used to do the SNL parties, and now if something's at 11, I'm like, how in God's green earth? If it's not, New Year's Eve, how do you get up the gumption to stay up till 11? If there's nothing energetically happening and you're just sitting around, it's hard. But if there's something going on, you're out, then you stay up. But
people, the party they're pretty intense. There's a lot of people there, and I got to hang out with Stevie Nicks, who couldn't have been more adorable.
No, for sure.
Sure.
Legend.
Ariana Grande was definitely relieved after the show. She did a great show. She can kind of do anything. I have to say,
she is hilarious. She's great.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to tell her if I ever saw her. Just the last time I saw her on the show, her impressions were great. When she would sing a bunch of different people, and then she's funny. She did a Jennifer Lawrence last time that was funny. So I didn't see all her sketches, but the ones I saw, she is just... does a great job.
Powerhouse.
Real pistol.
She's a pistol. And she's one of those people you go, what can't she do? So she was there with a friend, and I said, she kind of does everything right. I go, can she dance? And he goes, "Oh yeah, she can dance. She can sing, she can dance, does comedy impressions." So that was really fun. And I was talking to a woman at the party. You know, you get whipped around.
By the way, she's a twig too, by the way. In real life, she weighs 66. She's tiny.
Yes.
And it's so funny. She's such a powerhouse. She wasn't tired. I think people get on her about being thin. She didn't look tired. She's energetic. She gives it in every sketch. There's absolutely no complaints.
No, she's just the size person she is, and it works for her. She has really funny energy. I saw her walking down the hallway in the costume for the castrati. There was a thing that she was playing a boy who was castrated.
Yeah, they're like that one. Yeah.
And when I saw the costume just walking down casually,
it's just funny.
I said, okay, this is going to work. You know, sometimes you have to.
So you met a woman. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was talking to a woman. You know, you turn and then there's somebody, oh, hey, you know, and it was her mom. And I go, oh, that's cool. Does the apple fall very far from the tree? And she goes, I'm an engineer. Okay.
Oh. So she just went off and did her own thing. Not a full Nepo baby.
No, she's just, she's what can I say? You know, I mean, good Lord. That's why, long story short, I put on lipstick and a dress and a wig in a sketch about Jennifer Coolidge. They threw it at me Thursday night. And I just thought, in my age group, I never really was in drag because church ladies, whatever you think she is, there's no lipstick, but then they explained to me that the character, it was like a Snow White thing or something, that my Jennifer Coolidge has been trapped in the mirror for hundreds of years, Chloe told me.
Yeah, and so you look the closest to 200.
So when I came out, but I think we have I had a lot of guests backstage, and Lovitz was one of them. So he took a video of me, which I posted, but I think it's funny to talk about because.
Oh, he took that?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get through the thing. Here we go. I'm trying to rehearse it.
Let's play it.
See mouth magic. Wow. So we're gonna have
Look at the boots.
With
your shoes on
tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Just learning.
Continued.
What?
Oh, let's test it by eating some corn. This is good. Hey, wow. Let's test it by eating some corn.
I love it. This is solid BTS. You got your down jacket.
Can I have the rest of your
but you're literally saying it in your head out loud, kind of.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, because between Dress and Air, for time, they had to remove about 4 beats. One was we eat corn. It was a lot wilder, but it was, you know, it was amazing.
Oh, like this. And it's flying around.
It's just a non sequitur. Hey, wow, let's eat some corn. They suddenly have corn. Can I have your corn? It was kind of an acidy, esoteric sketch. I still don't quite understand it, but that was fun. Should I tell you a few things about living in New York, or do you want to,
of course,
respond? You have any questions?
No, I'm saying they could probably do that sketch again because it's sort of a good trick. You've got a host mimicking the cast member, which is a good fun thing for the host, and then that side mirror kind of makes sense. Doesn't 1,000%, but it's funny.
Yeah, kind of.
It makes enough sense till we get it.
Yeah,
and then it's just 3 people. Now it's just funny 3 people trying to act the same and lip sync to what they're saying, and of course get it wrong. It's funny.
And then I guess it's maybe other people are more aware, but I was casually aware that lipstick commercials do have long phrases. Maybelline's lip color lips, special lip. So that was something that I think that our Heather would understand.
The day and night out on the town, go with your first date lipstick.
Yeah, with the lip color. All right, casual observation about New York City. First of all, it's like being in Midtown walking around. It's like being in Disneyland on a Saturday during a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's literally that packed. And now they have people on bikes and bike lanes called Citibank bikes. And they're going 40 miles per hour. So you're just looking for cars, but there's separate lane. God.
On your right.
Oh, yeah.
On your left.
Totally. And then, you know, I go to the pharmacy and it's got all the stuff. It's got a little grocery store. And you go in and there's a 6'8" guy with a flak jacket and an Uzi, just very serious with combat boots, just over by the ATM looking around. You know, it's just not quite like
good guy or bad guy. He's a good guy.
Good guy. A guy who just says
good guy.
Not here. He's a guy who just says not here, not now, not on my turf. But you know, if you live up in maybe Idaho or something, you may not get as much of that. So
right. I mean, you see, I was just watching our local news, and I'm like, this should be a crime show because it should be the crime channel. Every other story is like another smashing, another ATM was ripped out through the fucking fireplace of someone's house. They're just showing people ripping out ATMs with trucks out of, and everyone's like, and they warned this 7-Eleven, you should probably lock them down better. It's never about don't steal it. It's about how can we hide it, trick people into not
totally.
stealing.
Oh yeah, the shelves are bare, really. Basically, I mean, and you have to get a key to get in to get lotion and stuff, and it's kind of like.
Can I get some rubbers on aisle 8? So embarrassing.
Yeah, and it's a little bit like my doctor nurse. It's like, oh, you want to do what? Well, I'd like to get some, some vitamin C. That's under lock and key. I'm going to have to get the manager.
Let me call corporate.
But by the way.
Are you for sure going to buy it?
By the way, and guess what? Yeah, I know, right. They are paranoid. So even the flak jacket guy is looking at me. I've got a puffy jacket on, black baseball cap. So he doesn't know. So I'm walking toward him. He's standing right next to the ATM. And I kind of whip out my wallet. And the second time I did it, I kind of did it very carefully. Like, here's the wallet. My hand's in my pocket. And then he's looking right there. Yeah. You don't know if it's like, stick them up.
You don't want to get gunned down.
Mm-hmm. I've been very busy out here in a way. I mean, I could have a boozy lunch or a boozy dinner with some friend every day.
Oh, I knew it. I'm like, hey, New York fun, and you're on the show, and there's a host, there's cast, there's friends that are visiting. You saw Lovitz.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Lovitz must have been like, I'm available for sketches.
Oh, he was there the whole time. He's like, I'm only going for the dress show because I have to do something tomorrow. And then he says, oh, I'll stay for the air show. Then he stays for the air show. I'm not going to the party. I have something I have to do tomorrow. Next thing you know, he's at the party. It's 3:30 in the morning.
Of course.
I should go. I love it. But I'm not jealous.
I'm not going to sit with you and Lauren. Scooch.
Scooch away.
Well, I mean, I like the fact that you're like at 3 a.m. going, should I call it quits early? But that's true, I guess. The show's at 1. You're high on adrenaline. The adrenaline kind of goes away, though, because you're like, blah, blah. Once you get in that elevator, you go down, you get in a limo. Just on the way to the party, you start to go, oh, fuck. Like it's dissipating. And then you get the party. Yada, da, 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 da.
Da, and they come up. What do you want to eat immediately?
Hey,
and
Brett,
feel like
I know. You get to eat, too. But you're starving, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're kind of starving. And then, the next day you pay for staying up till 5:30. You're like,
do they move it every week like they used to do?
Yeah. Every place is different. This was at Saks Fifth Avenue, a restaurant inside.
Oh, I like that one, La Avenue. I like that one. I had my birthday there.
They're all beautiful. Another casual observation that people that know, I'm not normally recognized anywhere, but I have the hat on, the vest around my neck. I've got a phone up like this. I'm looking down. I'm going full tilt, walking as fast as I can. Another guy comes the same way, walking super fast, goes, hey, like you on SNL. And then, phew, that's it.
Yeah. Dan Blarney.
All they're seeing is this, like you on SNL. Phew. And also, finally, it's very sweet. Doormen, people work at the hotel. If I give them 10 seconds of Biden, they laugh so hard for nothing. Come on, I got to get out of here and go find a taxi. Yeah, you get your facts straight, Jack. And guess what? And by the way, they're like, hey, thank you, Mr. Carvey. Thank you for that, Mr. Carvey. So
you do that service. You do a service.
Yeah, we like laughing over here.
Appreciate it.
We love what you're doing on that show you're doing over there with that guy.
You've been a cast member now 58 years. No, I went away. Oh yeah, I don't see it too much.
Hey, I stopped watching when Bill Murray left, But
yeah.
It's always like
still doing Land Shark?
Yeah.
Am I still doing Land Shark? No, that was someone else, and that was 500 years ago.
The last really good season was Billy Crystal, Mont Short, Christopher Guest.
Everyone's last before it sucked.
And then it's had some bad years and stuff, But your era was fine.
A safe answer about us. You go, sucks now. That's just an easy one to start with. And you go, actually, there's some fun stuff.
Most of the comments are the last time Saturday Night Live was funny. If I look at an article online, was, 81 or 86 or 90, but nothing in the last 20 years. SNL hasn't been funny in a birdie.
I always say there's always a sketch or two that's funny every week, and it's kind of always been that way. It's overall, maybe it's been better or worse, but you hit a few home runs and then a lot of them clank, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I go by Lauren's assessment, which is that whatever age you are that you find music, you never forget it. What age you are when you first see people acting ridiculous at 11:30 at night, fool. Then you never forget your cast. And that's
like seventh grade through high school is like a good chunk when you watch, and it's sort of getting away with something. It's kind of dirty and
kind of nasty.
All right, I'll tell you about my stupid weekend.
Okay, what happened? I heard good things. I'll just say that.
All right, did the special. That was in Denver. Two shows.
Encore for the first show. Did you come back out? What's up?
They did stand up. I came out and took a photo. I should show you. I don't think I'm allowed to. I'll show it next week if I can.
Standing.
Who cares? But standing, well, whatever.
That's
some
good.
of them. But I think there's also, it's like a favor. They're like, we're on camera. I feel like this is the time we should stand up. But it was a good set. I will say Denver has good crowds, and I knew that because I always played Comedy Works there. So 2 shows in one night is tough. Gervitz, of course, our manager, was like this on the couch in between. He had a huge pretzel. I should show a picture.
He has a pretzel the size of a steering wheel of a semi truck, and it's rotated on a platter, and it's upright like a Ferris wheel.
I might be able to put the clip into YouTube, but it's so funny. They go, "We're having dinner." He goes, "We're going to Yard House." Someone's out of cash. I go, "No, I just want to go to Yard House because it's connected basically to the theater." I don't mind Yard House, by the way, but I fake hem and hawed. I go, "We gotta go there." Meanwhile, I love it.
You want it convenient, and I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, easy, and it's like not like stuffy. I can always tell on the road. I don't want to go to a place that has like, squid and octopi. And, you're just like, I just want something normal. So I eat some stuff, and he goes, "I'm just gonna get a pretzel." And then they bring it. It's like they think he's 7. They bring it like on a fishing line. Like, here's your pretzel. It's like a huge pretzel, and I'm like, "This, that's not for." And he goes, "That's mine." And I'm like, "You got a pretzel on a fishing rod?" And then they bring it over, and he's like, I go, "God damn." And then, of course, because he's carved out.
He's like a little monkey person. He
goes, "I'll eat it like a sandwich." It's huge. Anyway, I go, "Mark, I don't know if you should have 10,000 carbs right now." So we talk about the special. I go in, I do it. And then between shows, Alex is back there. We're just like redoing my set list and switching stuff around. Just because second show, you get to do whatever you want.
Yeah,
but in between, he's like this. "I'm going to see Dana tomorrow." I go, "Oh, you're going to see Dana?" Just rat-a-tat-tat with the clients. Hop stone to stone. Don't get your feet wet.
I click all the boxes. Then I get back to my mansion.
I said I did it. I saw your special. I saw Dana. Back to the mansion. Look at my
show.
dog. He jumped in the pool. Did I show you the video?
Right. I'll get you a dog if you want. As far as restaurants, just for a second, I went to this steakhouse for a charity, and we got like 10 compliments of the chef. You ordered tons of food, all your entrees, salmon or pasta, whatever, and then compliments of the chef kept coming. It's calamari.
Oh, they give you freebies. Oh, yeah.
Compliments of the chef. So then we ordered dessert. So everyone would get 1 spoonful. Compliments of the chef. It was like a village of desserts. It had platforms that were elevated. It was 1,000,000 calories. Compliments of the chef.
Yeah.
How do you
so
go?
Funny. You don't even need to order anything.
Yeah.
Tell that chef to go shove it up his ass. Yeah, I've had enough.
I made
How
a little
big
card.
Do you think I am?
I made a little card. I had a pencil. It just said thanks, but no thanks. When they try to get with more compliments of the chef, compliments of the chef. It's very nice, but 2 people were hospitalized for stomach problems.
Yeah. Yeah, because of oversaturation. I go there and they go, you can always tell they're going to send you something. They go, "Any allergies? Allergic to anything?" And I go, "No." And they bring me a big penicillin cake. I go, "Well, I don't love penicillin. I'm not allergic to it, but I'll eat it." So they give me that. And then they also go, they always have someone stop by your table. It's like a free card. "How's it going over here? You guys good? You need anything?" I'm the regional VP of this quadrant of the back of the daytime. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But you never need anything. And it's like, no. And then if you ever do, the guy goes, "I'm the CEO of all the, yard houses in history. Just want to stop by if you need anything. I go, you got any A1? And they're like, oh.
No, we were interrupted so much that I nicknamed the restaurant Interrupto. Well, welcome to Interrupto. We're trying to have a conversation. These people, me and Robert Smago were auctioned off as have a dinner date with us. We're right in the middle of, Wayne's World.
And that's your auction dinner?
Yeah. And they're very super nice people. It was really fun. But Interrupto, they're like, is everything okay? And the order, they go, well, we have a great fish. I go, is it the head and the tail too? Oh, yes, it's the head and the tail.
Oh, yeah.
But we fillet it. So they showed the fish, and it was wrapped up in a blanket. Was it like it was at a morgue or something? I felt bad for it.
Sickening.
I know. I don't
No, we come to your table, we smash the head with a mallet.
First, we show you the head. Then we show you with the tail. And then we go backstage at Interrupto and do the magic. And then you get filet.
Interrupto. Oh, God. Every time you do a punchline, you go, and then the third guy says, and someone goes, you guys doing okay over here?
Is everything all right? Can I get you anything?
Yes.
And so I met my wife, and the reason we decided to get married, can we help you with anything? You need more water? Hey, fuck you, Interrupto.
Your water's down a 1/4 inch. I go, I don't want to leave with a full water. How about that? Like, I'll get it to the bottom, and then we'll leave. You don't have to go. I go, okay. I go, don't top me. It's okay.
Yeah,
anyway, Interrupto. But we sound like the biggest ingrates. But the truth is, you don't really need to order anything. You just get some potato skins, and the rest they just bring out. Hey,
we understand. I always say this first world problem, but it is funny because we were trying to talk, and it was Interruptos. I won't say the name of the restaurant because they were great. I mean, they were just hovering.
I'd rather eat at Interruptos. So then I go to Kansas City the next night, and I hung out with Mahomes all night.
That's cool.
Yeah, Jackson Mahomes. Anyway,
I thought it was Patrick Mahomes.
No, it's his brother.
Can we get a rim shot?
And Kelsey. Steve Kelsey, guy went to my
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the joke. But Jackson Mahomes is,
I was hanging out with Bill Streisand, her younger brother. Bill Streisand. he was terrific.
So, what would you do, Dana? I'm in the middle of my act. I'm doing this thing about a dog. I don't want to give it away. It's so funny. It's not really dirty, but some of my stuff is adults.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm in the middle of my act. And I do this thing where I kind of act it out and I turn around. Front row, I see this guy, it looks like with really long hair like this and an empty seat next to him. I'm like, curious, piqued my interest. But you can't look at someone for more than a second because you forget your act. You know how it is. So
yeah.
I go, I got to go back to that guy. So I start something else. I look back. And while they're laughing uproariously for about 20 to 40 minutes, I look over and he doesn't have long hair. He's with a girl. I'm like, is that his wife? No, it's a 7-year-old girl with long hair. It's his daughter. And I'm like, and it throws me. And so I kind of pause and I think, was this guy a coyote from the border? He's bringing kids in. I just thought, what's going on here? So I go, hey, man, is that
a coyote from the border?
Coyotes bring.
I understood. It's kind of a dark thing in a comedy show. Yeah. He's sex trafficking.
I just didn't know, Dana. Yeah. I just didn't know.
I know. But you're trying to do your
could have been anything.
Now you're thinking about sex trafficking. It kind of unless you have
I think there's a coyote here.
Yeah.
So I go, hey man, who's that? And he goes, oh, this is my daughter. Nonchalant. I go, how old are you, hon? She goes, 7. You're in the front row. I go, you got pretty good seats. I go, who's your daughter? Meghan Markle? Jesus, she's got some money.
Well, wait a minute. What happens?
I'm like, I think that my show is for 16 or 18 and under. But I found out it doesn't say that.
Up.
18 and up, yeah. But I found out it's for all ages. Now, that's Nate Bargatze's gig. He's got a clean act,
totally clean.
It's squeaky. Yeah. But mine is a little rough around the edges, nothing too horrible, but enough to where I don't want to say it to a 7-year-old. So I said, oh, and then I got her name. Then I kept referring back to her. And I even talked about porn at the end, and I go, hey, something like, are you people finding it's getting harder to watch porn on an airplane? And then I look over and I go, like, hey, maybe take her to get some popcorn. Guy's like, couldn't care less. And I'm like, I can't change my act for 2,000 people when there's one, I don't know what to do.
What's the rawest thing that you had to do in front of the 7-year-old girl?
I shouldn't say. I don't know.
Fake fellatio?
Gawk, gawk. No, I just there's some stuff I do. I do talk about adult. I do talk about adult films, but she was fine. And then afterwards, people wait by your car to sign Funkos and whatever. So I go say hi to some people, and I start to get in the car. Can we get a picture? And I'm already in the car. I roll it down. No, I don't roll it down. I see
that's her.
The guy and the daughter.
The guy and
so
the
I
daughter.
Roll it down. I get a picture with her because I thought this is just a funny story. I don't know. And I thought
I've had it, and I make my whole show about the kid. It was a boy recently, and he's in the front row with his dad, and he's like 7 or 8, and I just keep referring to him. I get his name. It becomes part of the show. And
it is funny to do that. But 7, I thought if she was like 12 or 14, they'd think it was funny. But the kid doesn't even know she doesn't even know I'm on stage.
No,
She's
it's kind of tricky. Was that your first or second show?
That was that was the next night in Kansas City.
You weren't taping. Okay, all right.
No, I didn't. And taping, I don't know if I would have gone on such a tangent, but at Kansas City, I said, "Oh, she thinks I'm Taylor Swift anyway." So she walked out of there going, "Taylor Swift was there." I have a question.
You have a goatee, and she thought, so she might have been more like 4. Daddy, he likes
she saw blonde hair.
Yeah, he liked Taylor Swift, Daddy. He got fuzzies on face, Daddy. Taylor Swift,
we went to Taylor Swift tonight. How was she? She was a little dirty.
Yeah, she say naughty words. Me cry on way home, Daddy.
A lot. And now a word from our sponsors at Betterment. Do you want your money to be motivated? Do you want your money to rise and grind? Do you think your money should get up and work? Well, don't worry. Betterment is here to help. Betterment is the automated investing and savings app that makes your money hustle. Their automated technology is built to help maximize returns, meaning you can invest with Betterment.
Your money can auto-adjust as you get closer to your goal. Rebalance if your portfolio gets too far out of line, and your dividends are automatically reinvested. That can increase the potential for compound returns. In other words, your money is working like a dog while you can be sleeping like one and snoring like one too. You'll never picture your money the same way again. Betterment, the automated investing and savings app that makes your money hustle.
Visit Betterment.com to get started. Investing involves risk. Performance is not guaranteed. Here's my question. Flying home. This is the last question. Then we'll get to all the hot
we got
stories.
hot topics. Good Lord.
No, but we'll say that.
But
so,
all
right. When I'm flying home, I had 3 seats in coach. All 3 of us were in coach, right? Mm-hmm. So what are the man of the people? So what are the rules of etiquette when you see people walk up to first class to use the bathroom? Now, I know you're not allowed to stop them, but legally, are you allowed to go up there and take a shit? It sounds gross, but I'm just thinking, that's pushing it.
Well, wait, but did I get this right? You have three seats in coach. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did I get that wrong?
Yeah, there's 3 of us. Yeah.
Now,
did I get that right? I'm reading this. This is your words.
You are your words, not mine. You are a very successful international stand-up, and yet you fly coach because of issues with your orthopedic structure, or for what reason?
Why? It doesn't make sense to the American
also, you
people.
like to sit straight up anyway. You don't need a lounger.
Well, also I have people with me, and sometimes I'd rather sit and coach with my buddies than sit with someone next to me in first that I don't know. And it doesn't matter.
I know.
If I have TVs on the back, I just stare at the TV like a 2-year-old, and so I'm happy.
So did you yourself as a coach passenger, your words, not mine, go to the first class bathroom and unload a small horse into the latrine?
No, a latrine. There was a guy next to me coughing the whole time. Not only coughing, but grotesquely sniffing up the bugs, but every 30 seconds on cue. And I was like, I couldn't deal with it. And he could not give a fat fuck. He's like this. He didn't look over and go. He just goes, couldn't care. Next to him is a college guy, head on his laptop, and the girlfriend rubbing his back. I think he's hungover. He gets up and goes to the back. I go pee later, mostly just to stand up. He's in there minimum 15 minutes. Yep. And I'm like this. And I asked, flight attendants are always nice to me. So I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I go, oh no. So he's puking, comes out. I let someone else go to soak the fumes into their clothes of the puke.
Sounds delightful.
He goes in the front, and I go to my buddy Bobby. I go, hey, I think this dude that was sitting here is sick. He goes, yeah. Now he went up to the front to puke.
To puke up there.
I
to
go,
balance the plane out. Yeah.
In first.
It's so much barf, it would affect the trajectory of the jet. So the flight attendant said, could you load it up front?
Even it out.
Just so the plane
6 pounds
flies
back
normally.
there. 4 up there. Then he goes back to the back again. I'm like, we're going to have to land. Don't get on the plane if you're this fucking out of it. Like, this guy's obviously got the flu or diphtheria. And then the guy next to him is a college kid barfing. So not as fun and coach as we all would have thought. And that's it.
I get all kinds of things. You ever got a throat clear guy? You ever got a throat clearer?
Ugh.
every 10 seconds for 7 hours. And that was the pilot. But
I go, take your throat back to the shop. It's not working. Something's wrong.
Get a lozenge, gargle backstage, put a pillow over your head, or shoot me in the fucking head. Because I can't take one more clearing. We're over Topeka.
I'm such a dick about it. By the way, Coffee Sniffly is watching a video, and it's old SNL. Not our era, but just old SNL sketches. I'm like, I just want him to know I'm mad at him, and I used to be on SNL.
You got to just start talking to your bandmates, your 2 friends, really loud, and just saying, Chris Farley, you know. me and Chris Farley. Dana Carvey. But I do, when I go on SNL, and they're very nice, the audience, when I come out, I feel like a ghost coming out of the mist. I mean, if you don't listen to this podcast, you're like, where in the hell is this little baby face nutball been all these years?
Where's this Scraggle Rock?
And I'm like, here I come again. You know, come on now, get your facts straight, Jack. So it's fun to do Biden, and I'm just still winding into it. I did it on this podcast, but not with the full regalia. So I've got new hooks for this show Saturday. Brand new Bidens.
Who's the host this week? Michael Keaton?
A man named Michael Keaton. Was he on our podcast?
Yeah, he was.
I know. Super nice guy.
He's funny, dude.
And funny. So
how long does your hair and makeup take for what, Biden? Yeah. Heather has a question.
It used to be to get a bald cap really done well with latex and all this stuff would take basically an hour. Now they have a pit stop like Indianapolis 500. They got 5 guys. Yeah, because the gap, and it's 15 minutes to put the bald cap on, and then the makeup is not much. You know, I'm in a certain age group, but they're doing some aging stuff and gives me a dimple and a thing. And then they slap me in the ass. They give me
out there.
They give me some French fries. They get me in a headlock and really drop kick me to the stage. They're really strong.
They give you a shot of adrenaline like Pink Floyd. Get out there, kid. You're like, oh.
The 2 superstars. I mean, the 2 heads are Louie with the bald cap and makeup, and then Jody with her bandmates over. And the other side, the wig is delicately placed on my head. I tighten the tie or put it on, and I'm ready to go. Come on. And by the way, and guess what? The fact of the matter is, let me be clear. I ran out of stuff to say. So anyway, right. I'm having fun. Right. What else do we got? That's a half.
First story. Here we go. Yeah, we got a big show.
All right. We got a big show today. You've had a big show.
You've had a big show, and there's another one.
Okay.
Oh, I like this story.
Read it.
Actually, there's a follow-up. Kanye West allegedly told wife Bianca he wanted to have sex with her mom while she watched. This is a real no-no if you're married. This is a real no-no for a girlfriend.
Well, I mean, to each his own, and it happens a lot.
It does?
No. Cuckoo.
The
Run
funny
away,
thing is after this happened, I'm like, who's her mom? Like, of course, we barely know this young lady other than she wears, she's quite literally scantily clad. It's safe to say that, right? You've seen her?
If your boyfriend wants to put you in some kind of Falcon hoodie with a G-string and parade you down the streets of Rome, there's one word for that. Run!
Yeah.
But I love Kanye
He's got
West.
you and see through. Oh,
do
you
we
don't
have
have
him on
to
the
back it
podcast?
up like that.
I know,
No,
but I do.
Too late.
Oh, it's too late.
He's walking and going, you like this shit? Huh? Because she looks great. Anyway, a couple days later, I'm reading the Daily Nailed or one of those places.
Daily Mail, crack cocaine for your brain.
Frickin' Bianca's mom. She's out and about and she's strutting and peacocking like, what? Of course, she looks kind of cute. I'm like, oh, that's her mom. They're like, this is the one Kanye is lusting over. They hype it up a little bit. And then she's like, huh? Leaning over. Me, little old me, why am I so great? Hilarious.
Well, it's just funny.
Do we have a picture of her? Try to pull one up if you see one.
Where does that end? I mean, just in a marriage? Hey, can I have sex with your cousin? Your brother's daughter? Could I have sex? I mean, it's just like, when does somebody say, shut the fuck up, you sicko?
Yeah. Is anyone in your family tree technically available?
Is there any
there
boundaries?
She is.
Okay, there she is.
Look at her. What's going on? Check me out.
Okay.
Got the heels on the way to Ralph's.
So anyway, that's a lot of work.
Kanye's into it. Attractive woman.
She's got the Jackie O sunglasses, long blonde hair. It's a lot of, she's decked out, a bracelet, you know.
Feels like she's ready for a photo shoot around noon, but fine. So also, the rumor on the story was he texted Bianca, is that her name? Bianca, and said, hey, I want to have sex with your mom. Her answer could have been a myriad of things. She could have started with, but instead she said, she's married.
You know what? Since I deep dived on Daily Mail, I got a response to that, actually. I want to have sex with your mom. Her response was, again?
Oh, yeah.
Exclamation point.
We've talked about this. No, she doesn't get offended. She's married. That's the reason why he can't. Okay.
I think people do a lot of, what's that song from the 1930s? No one knows what goes on behind closed doors.
No one knows what goes on behind closed. Charlie Pride, maybe?
I think so. One of my favorites was You're Having My Baby. That wouldn't fly now in 2024.
Oh,
You're having my baby. Is it at least her baby or our baby? You're having my baby.
Oh, actually, he goes,
Frankie Valli?
It says like, no, it's not Neil Diamond, but having my baby. What a lovely way of saying what you're thinking of me. And he goes, the seed inside you, the seed. How sickening. I see it growing.
Oh my! Your seed is growing.
Yeah, he goes, I'm happy in knowing that you're having my baby. But then she sings, I'm a woman in love. But the best part is he casually goes, you didn't have to keep it. And you're listening on. He goes, I wouldn't put you through it. You could have swept it from your life, but you wouldn't do it. He didn't say you couldn't do it. He goes, but you wouldn't do it. Now you're having my baby. I'm like,
am I
hearing this right?
That sounds
that's real.
Oh, wow. I thought it was the chorus was, in case you forgot, you're having my baby. If you ever can't remember, you're having my baby.
I thought you were fat and getting fatter, but then you showed me the sonogram, but it doesn't matter because you're having my baby.
I know you might think that you're having your baby. Maybe you think you're having our baby, but none of those are true because you're having my baby. It's a little chauvinistic, a little ego.
It's interesting. Ego. You're right. I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah. Okay, what's the next one?
That was a great run. There's a clip. Patrick's going crazy.
That's a good run. It's funny.
I guess so. Horrifying video appears to show accused killer Sarah Boone laugh as boyfriend dies trapped in a suitcase.
Warning.
Feel good.
This is a story. It's been around for a while. Ed, did you hear about this? A woman, so I guess I'm probably wrong. They get drunk. They're fighting. She tells him to get in his suitcase, zips it up, leaves about this much of the zipper so his finger can stick out, and then laughs at him and films it while he's like, hey, enough. I can't. It's hard to breathe in here.
Right.
And stays in there. And then she goes to bed. She laughs about it, filming, posts it, goes to bed, wakes up. Oh, right. Where's the boyfriend? Oh, he's in the suitcase. Okay, fun's over. And then he's like this. So it came up again because I think it's been about 4 years of this trial. And she's like, you guys aren't still mad about this. They're like, yes. And you're going to jail.
Did she have a defense that she was drunk and didn't understand and fell asleep? Or is it what is it?
Oh,
is
you
it
were a lawyer?
Well, I was a practicing lawyer before I got SNL.
I was a practicing lawyer.
This
Who
is
was an unfrozen caveman lawyer?
Involuntary manslaughter, code 1. 3 to 5. She served 3. She's out in 6 months. But
who's her lawyer? Kim Kardashian. Yeah. So I don't know. So it's just so crazy that they have a video of her like talking to a suitcase.
Yeah.
And she's drinking wine, going, "What are you complaining about?"
Yeah. What's your problem? Ooh, look at me. I'm in a suitcase and I can't breathe. Get the fuck out of here. That's her testimony.
Are you tired? I'm tired. I'm going to go. You want to sleep here? You sleeping? Okay. You'll sleep in the suitcase. There's more punishment. And then it's just hard to get out of that being guilty.
Well, and also the whole industry rotated after that. They know that a lot of people were put in suitcases by loved ones and they couldn't get out. So now there's a interlocking thing where zipped or the thing you can get out of suitcases. That was, government. I think Biden's been got to be able to get out of a suitcase. Come on.
I took care of that.
You got a zipper on the inside.
Trump wants a zipper on the outside.
Trump wants everything that's on the outside. I got a Trump zipper on his inside.
Every inside of the suitcase should have a Swiss Army knife. Cut out like this.
Oh yeah, there's a little, like the little corkscrew things coming through the suitcase.
Must I be the man in the suitcase?
All right,
I like that.
Note to self: if Paula wants to put me in a suitcase, make sure you've got the Biden-y one.
Yeah,
you got to get the Biden-y one. You got to get the Biden one. It's got a hatch. You can get out of that hatch with no problem. I don't like him as president, but I love him as a suitcase guy.
By the way, when people guess what we're doing, like if they think we're political, they always go, "You did a joke about Biden, so you're for the other side. You did a joke about Trump." You can't say anything. The other day, I said to someone, I go, "Oh, I just don't like these stores closing." And that one closed because they had too many break-ins. There's too much crime here. And they go, "Oh, you a Trumper? Hey,
that's
you got
right.
a Trumpy.
Yeah.
You got a Trumper here." I go, "I can't even be against crime." It's immediately, whatever you're saying, they're waiting. What side are you on? What side?
Yeah, you're against
And so you
crime.
say, and they go, "Oh, okay. All right, here's
Okay.
7-Eleven. This is a sad story.
This is sad.
7-Eleven is
I love
closing.
7-Eleven. Yeah.
400, more than 400 locations in here in, I guess, Canada. Sad. I don't know why, because we're talking. It says due to slowing sales, inflation, declining
traffic.
Declining sales. It's been selling the exact same for 200 years. My whole life, there's exactly the same amount of people in there. There's about 6. Everyone's buying stuff.
The question I have is the people who were going to 7-Eleven casually to get little things and stuff at night or wherever.
I love it.
Where are they going now for that stuff?
Right.
What's the competitor? And this Amazon, instead of going to the store and DoorDash, Amazon.
Well, I mean, when you can order one paper towel on Amazon and it comes within an hour, it's like it's hard to compete with that. But it's wasteful. But I like to go to 7-Eleven. It's kind of fun. I don't mind it being a white trash guy.
It's kind of just all the grabby stuff you want to get. Want some chips, get a snow cone, get a hot dog, get water. But I was around in the 60s at a business symposium, and the guy was starting 7-Eleven. And I said to him, 7-Eleven, eventually that's going to bite you in the ass. I say 8 a.m. to 12. Call it 8 to 12. And he didn't take my advice, and now he's bankrupt.
I said you should call it 8:30-ish to sundown. Nope, didn't buy it.
Didn't buy it.
Well, also, where am I going to get Christmas presents on Christmas Eve when I'm going to a party and I haven't got anything yet?
I know.
That's where I
There's
go
a little
pick up a quart of
child section. You get a little plastic pony and you give it to a sad kid. Yeah, it's It's a shame. Everything's closing.
The kid's like, oh, thank you, Funyuns. All right, next one, I guess. It's all sad stories, Dana.
Is it?
After Ariana Grande, it's all sad. There's another one. Here we go.
Okay, here's a child. Oh,
this is a kid when he gets told Amari Cooper is on the Browns, the Cleveland Browns football, and they tell this kid who can't know anything about football. They tell him he just got traded. This would be my reaction.
So today, Amari Cooper got traded.
What's traded?
It means that he's not on the Cleveland Browns anymore.
What?
This is me in fantasy football. This is someone wrote. Man. This is child really abuse, sad. Letting your kid be a Browns fan. God damn. Okay. Cut it off. I didn't know he's crying this hard.
Wait, it gets a little
sad.
Abusive. I would have just changed it out. Like
I would have said no. He's
back. He just has a different number. Does the kid know what he looks like?
He doesn't know anything. If I play this kid in fantasy, which I probably do, because I try to play people I could beat, but it was a big shakeup in fantasy.
It was, and it gets emotional. This is kind of related to this. Yeah. I knew a couple, no names, but they decided, okay, this marriage isn't working. We're going to get divorced. Let's go in and tell the kids. And the kids are like 6 and 8 or 8 and 10, something like that. So they go, Mommy and Daddy, we've decided. So before they really got through it, the kids burst into tears violently, and they said, "No!" They backed it out. No, we're not getting divorced. Both of them said, no. When they saw their reaction, they said, no.
Of course.
And then they stayed together. Isn't that funny? In the middle of it, we're thinking of maybe, no.
Of course. It's a worst nightmare for a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My parents got divorced when I was 4, but I read about it in the paper. Anyway, Dana. No one briefed me.
Mm-hmm. Just, where's Daddy? He went to the store. It's been 4 years. No, you think he'd be back by now? No, he's still looking around.
He actually went away for a while. We were in Michigan, and then he didn't come back for about a month or 2. And so my mom put the house for sale, and then he came back. What are you doing? Why are you being so dramatic? It's like, we don't know if you're alive. We don't know what's going on. So he goes, I got a job in Arizona. And my mom's like, oh. So we all moved to Arizona, and he gets there and he goes, surprise, no job. Then he left. And so now we're in Arizona. So now 3 kids, boys, not all assholes, but we were a handful. And then my mom's like, wait, what? So that's the way to break it to you. It's never even talked about. You just start to go, where was that one guy that used to pick me up a lot?
Well,
so sad.
Oh God. I mean, I used to do a bit. I wouldn't do it anymore, but trying to explain to 3-year-olds about mommy and daddy getting a divorce. Sometimes mommies like to go night time with a different daddy. Oh, mommy had nice. Too much Chardonnay, and that turned mommy into a whore.
I think they should first get the kids in and tell them why mommy and daddy just don't have sex a lot anymore. Just tell the 6 and 8-year-old dad, just to see how they handle that. And they're like, okay. Mommy and daddy used to just really nail it 24 hours a day. Well, now it's down to about once or twice a week. And the kid's like, but no divorce. They're like, no, it's like a first step.
Anything that starts with mommy and daddy. Daddy likes to go night time with your preschool teacher. She likes daddy to spank her, even if she hasn't been naughty.
Daddy texts mommy's mommy.
Sorry. Dark humor, whatever.
Kanye
tragedy humor. And comedy are just like this.
No more. We can do more. This was something from Bath and Body Works. Why did no one catch that this might look like the KKK?
Wow, that is a yeah.
I mean, just off the bat, what is it supposed to be? A snowflake? Yeah, a snow, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't.
They're supposed to be snowflakes. Snowflakes.
Well, that's supposed to be a full circle of a snowflake. That's
and you only see half, so it looks like 5 KKK guys that just popped out of a dumpster or something. Yeah.
It's a candle.
I didn't really see that.
Well,
but it is crazy.
It says Bath and Body Works pulls winter candle after shoppers criticize the KKK hood design. It's putting it lightly. We criticize that.
I hate when those mega Republicans start designing candle cans.
Yeah, exactly. We got a Trumper here. Also,
Your words, not mine.
I don't want to know what the fragrance is. Let's just leave it at that. All right, that's going to get pulled from the shelves. Let's move on.
Good. I like
we both go,
That's something I say all the time. Goat gets bags stuck on his head, and the rest is history. Okay, here's
I don't
a
know
video.
if we'll read about this in history books, but let's see. Okay, where's
Maybe.
the goat? Oh, yeah, it's got music. Oh, he scares them all.
Oh.
Everywhere he goes, look at they all haul ass. So he's trying to make friends. Oh, I like that there's words to hoot. There it is.
Wow. So the goat got a bag stuck on its head. It made it look kind of like a demonic goat or something. You can't see its
Something
eyes.
scary,
or anything.
yeah.
And like 40 other sheep are just running, or goats are just sprinting away from it.
There's a lot of WTF going on with the other goats. They're like,
I'll
run and ask questions later.
Sounds like date night with David Spade. it has nothing. That joke doesn't make sense. It just sounds like a joke.
Maybe that goat was a butterface. You never know.
Yeah, goats are goats. We used to ride a goat named Billy, actually, in Montana, and we'd ride it. And we remember
kids.
The poop that came out of it was so organized. And little round pebbles. The poop that came. Look, I'm 8 years old. I noticed the poop that came out of the goat. This is like a
look, Mom.
Yeah, it was like little pebbles. And as a child, I noticed that. But then I'd saddle up and ride that thing, hang onto the horns. Come on.
Poop. Here it is.
I know you like poop stuff, so I don't. This is the first time I brought up poop stuff in a long time.
I can't believe I said that thing about first class. I was just saying, I know the flight attendants roll with it. They go, there's not much we can do. But if you go up there and take a deuce, like they must be like, you're really pushing it. Like you can't come from coach, lay down some cable, fucking pop down a huge giant King Kong finger, and then run back.
How many euphemisms are there for poo? King Kong's finger. You can't go up there, lay down a chainsaw-shaped deuce in the middle of climbing from 32 to 36,000 feet.
Dropping the kids at the lake and then run back to 48C.
You know what I miss about masks is you just never had to smell anything you didn't want to smell. You just always had a mask on. Because, I
put my mask on when that guy was coughing because Bobby did. And I was like, I'm not even a full mask guy, but I'm like, it seems like some blockage from this guy. Sick. All right, one more. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on.
Let's break 50.
I got a million things to do, Dana. A million.
I actually kind of do.
Oh. I don't know. This is the dating game.
The
they show
dating
old
game.
clips.
Mm-hmm.
And there's famous people on it.
Number one. When I was younger, I loved to play doctor. What was your
This is
favorite
Jeffrey
childhood
Dahmer
game?
on there.
I was interested in taxidermy.
No other childhood games, huh?
I don't know. I went to great lengths
Okay, like what?
preserving the bones of dogs and things like that.
Okay.
So
I think it might be AI.
I think it's edited or something, but yeah, it's supposed to be Jeffrey Dahmer on the dating game. Yeah, it's definitely.
I believe it because, like Tom Selleck was on. Like there's famous people that are on old dating game shows and
Steve
different.
Martin, I think.
Yeah. And so I go, Jeffrey Dahmer. I believe that for a while. And I go, and then everyone's laughing. And Jim Lang, the host, is like, it's fun.
Let's bring it back. You and I co-host the dating game. Let's just bring it back.
What's the song? No, that's Hawaii 5-0. Isn't it? I got it wrong.
It is.
That might be it. Okay.
Hi, I'm Jim
People
Langley.
comment. Yeah, if that's the real song.
About my horn abilities.
Yes. Do the horn that ends where things go badly. Okay.
That's it. When a podcast goes off the rails.
Yeah. Run out of batteries. Okay, so Dana, watch Dana this weekend on SNL, whatever he's going to do.
Bring it. We're going to do things you ever seen us before. So come on and watch the show. Don't wait for YouTube. So watch it live. I know how to be on Saturday Night Live better than anyone's ever been on Saturday Night Live. I'm Joe Biden.
And I remember I saw this message.
I approve this message. Come on. Here. Trump's the orange man. He's the old guy now. His hair is orange. Mine's white on white. But you know the drill. Come on, folks.
White on white.
White on white versus orangey McOrange. What is it if you're a Trumper? What's the opposite with Biden? Are you a biter? Are you a bite? Are you a Biden?
Yeah, I know.
The Trumper sounds better, easier. Trumpet, Trump you, trumpet.
Trump you, Harris. I guess it has to be Harris.
Waltz. Waltz is the weirdest one. Are you a waltzer? Am I talking to a fucking waltzer now?
What are you, some sort of waltzer?
What are you, a vancer? Are you a vancer?
Is Gaffigan around this week?
Gaffigan is always around. No.
Oh, we should have told him to come on today. Let's try to get him on next week.
He's great. He's funny. I'll tell you one last inside baseball. So we're sitting like in silos. Maya does her thing. This is in the Family Feud bit. And then I'm seeing her cards and seeing how she's making choices, which is great, the way she jumped on things and stuff. And then it's Andy doing his bit, and I'm reading his cards and seeing that choice. Oh, he paused there. Oh, he hit that. Yeah, and then same thing would get. And then I talked to Andy afterwards. He goes, "I'm reading your cards, and your choices make no sense." But I'm doing Biden, But
they like that you ad-lib a little bit. They can't believe it. They're like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, I want to do more, but the director, Liz, very nice. And you got to get at that last line. And sometimes the writers are kind of, well, this is kind of what we have. But I definitely make up stuff on each one, definitely.
Sure. But for people at home, sometimes the director will cut on your last line to the other camera to show someone. If you keep going, they cut. And they're like, oh, wait, we didn't.
You have to do little ones in between. And, Keenan, who's a master of the art form now of sketch comedy, he does little things, little tiny things that are different with every rehearsal, dress show versus air show. Oh, he's doing that. He's doing that. I think when you add and tag a little bit or do things different, it just keeps you alive in the frame. Yeah. But everyone has their method. You hit the jokes. You try to hit the jokes. And if the jokes are written by the writers, you try to serve them as best you can.
Of course. Yeah. We're looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. I'll be in Atlantic City soon. I'll be in Reno, and I'll be in whatever. It's on my website.
Take advantage until that's released. Get out there now.
It's not on until next year, so we got a second to. But I don't like jokes sitting and rotting on. They get stale after a few months.
Yeah,
you got to get them out. Okay, that's it. Right. I don't hang up, right? Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening, watching. God bless America.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Superfly is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, Heather Santoro, and Greg Holtzman. Hope you liked it. Ooh.
Da 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 da. Justin Theroux.
He looks a little like James Bond. He could pull that off. He's like a cool, slick dude.
He has a really cool fashion sense. He just he's just cool. He is unintentionally enigmatic. Like he's just been around all these great things, but he's not at every premiere, or anything. He just keeps kind of a low profile.
Low thirst level. He's not out there. He has cool friends. I think when I was out there about 2 summers ago, we went for a walk in Washington Park to see everyone on drugs in the summer. And I think Gigi Hadid had a birthday party that night he was going to. He's like, you wouldn't want to go, but there's this big birthday party. I go, yeah, that would be horrible. I think I'll just go to Chili's with my friends.
Did you go?
Dana, I don't jump when you say frog. Do you understand? I'm very unpredictable.
Well, Gigi Hadid called me. So what's up with Spade?
Why, were you there?
No, I don't go anywhere. I'm a shut-in. You know that.
Anyway, I cornrowed my hair for no reason, and I didn't go. I just went to Outback. But Justin
Theroux, Ben Stiller told me, because we're friends, that he's kind of the man behind the scenes that's influenced a lot of comedy in the last 25 years. And especially Tropic Thunder, which to me is probably the most brilliant, along with Hangover and Will Ferrell, Anchorman. Those are the three temples of the last 20 years. Yeah. And since the knots into the teens. Those are the ones. So we break down Tropic Thunder and talk about how it's problematic in 2023 and whether it should be or not, and Mel Brooks and movies. And was really
I wanted to ask him about, I met him. We didn't talk about this. I think I met him at Jennifer's when we'd watch The Bachelor and do goofy stuff like that. But I think he was there, and I think they were just about to get married. And I wanted to take him off guard at the beginning and go, okay, here we go. Justin Theroux, first question. What are your thoughts on Jennifer Aniston? You have 1 hour. What a great beginning to make him go, wait, this isn't going to be about that. But he did get paparazzi a lot. That's a hassle. We didn't even get into all that. So that's just my thoughts on it. It's always hard to be in a situation like that. And then they're always up Jennifer's ass. And she's very good about it. But man, she gets hounded out there.
Well, the line in the sand for me is like, say you go out and you're a celebrity and maybe it's at the restaurant, this and there. Yeah. But at your house, they're outside the gate or wherever it is, 24/7.
Wherever you go,
that is a gilded cage.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, I fought through them to get over to your place today.
I dream about having it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this is Justin. He's in White House Plumbers.
White House Plumbers with Woody Harrelson. We talk about their friendship and that movie and him playing G. Gordon Liddy. That's out now.
Well, here he is, Justin, and you'll get to know him. I just choked and almost died. Nobody cares. No one rushed me to save me. These fucking people.
You're off the charts with energy today.
I am?
Yeah.
That's because I had chia pudding. Popeye. And some Vicodin.
You know, my first stand-up bit was Popeye getting kicked in the groin. Oh.
That's Popeye getting kicked in the nuts.
Oh.
Did you say groin or nuts?
Groin, no, in the crotch, I think. This is me in college.
Here's my, I'll do one of mine. Here's my first joke. I got a new car. Well, it's not really new. It's an old UPS truck. I got it so I can park wherever I want.
You could whatever you want?
Park wherever I want to. Because UPS trucks used to just park like Amazon now. I can't walk you through all of them, guys. That was a 10 out of 10.
That is not in your current set, is it?
No, it might come back.
I just wanted to.
Best of. Welcome
to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today, you are...
Yes. He's a real... Let me tell you something. First of all, Dana, to get off on the right foot. This is not some sort of puff piece like Smartless.
Oh, yeah.
Your precious
This guy's get on about once a week and just tear me to shreds. And I saw Jason Bateman a couple nights ago, and I said, it's a really terrible feeling because I can't punch back. There's no... I can't. They're on the air. They got the fucking bandwidth. They got the
3 against 1.
Jason wasn't even at dinner. I don't know what happened. Hey, I was there very early. I could have gone. Hey, come on, you guys. That was a horrible Sean Hayes. No, they're very nice.
They're great.
Justin, remember when I was on? I'm sure you watched it 100 times. He said, I saw Spade. And then he doesn't say where. He goes, we were at a seafood restaurant. And he talks about it, and I go, do you mean koi? And he goes, yeah. And I go, isn't that a sushi? Who the fuck calls it a seafood restaurant?
That's one of my favorite. I laughed so hard at that. Because I've sort of stolen the bit. And now whenever people are like, what should we get? I'm like, let's go get seafood, Japanese seafood.
It's hard you got to identify what the restaurant is. So how what's up today, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm in New York City. Speaking of Sean Hayes, just saw his play the other night, which was fabulous. Good night, Oscar. It's so good. I'm plugging him now.
Who's in it? Who's in Good Night
star-studded.
Oscar? What's the storyline?
It's it's about Oscar Levant, a sort of famous pianist, humorist, and raconteur, and it sort of takes place on the evening that he has to appear on a Jack Parr show.
The best play I ever
Jack
saw.
Parr show.
I'm not a theater, but my wife, I mentioned her twice now, fallen in love with the theater in recent times, now that we're old. But we saw The Freeman in London, and it blew my mind as a play.
Theater is one of those things there's nothing better when you see a good play, and there's also nothing worse than when you're watching a bad one. And so it always makes you feel like you're spinning a gun with 2 bullets in the chamber. You think, oh God.
Now, when you go last night or whenever to see Sean, and ahead it's probably going to be horrible. Do you do any prep work?
No, it was a big group going. Like the Smartless guys all went. Obviously, it was an opening night. It was a big fanfare. And it was like a real who's who of people and of funny people too.
I did see that. I just saw you on that, and I was looking, and I know that Smartless has they redid a Hummer, and they put Smartless all over it, and they drive that around the country. So to let them know, they go, it's the 3 guys, and they pop out like the tank out of the top.
They are the cool kids, and if it was high school, if life is high school, they are definitely the cool kids at Chimney Corners.
They're great, though. They're all like whatever that chemistry is very funny, which I would also argue you guys have as well on your podcast.
They're very likable and smart.
I just watched Justin in the Watergate show. It's called what, Justin? I'm going to give you one guess at this. White House Plumbers. Yep, close enough. And he's on that, and it's going to be on what?
HBO.
May 1st.
We're just getting right to the plot.
No, I'm just going to say this because I just saw it, and you look a lot like the guy in it that plays G. Gordon Liddy. And I watched one last night, and I started one this morning. So I got a feel. I don't know where it goes, but I would say it looked like A, lot of fun. B, it looks super fucking cool. Looks shot cool. And who is the director on that? Is it Dave Mandel?
Dave Mandel from Veep fame.
SNL writer.
Yeah, old SNL writer.
That Dave Mandel?
Yeah. That Dave Mandel.
Dave Mandel from Veep?
Yeah.
And SNL? Holy shit,
Did
Dave,
you spot
know him.
the cameo within the first 2 minutes of White House Plumbers?
Mm-hmm. Was he come into your office? Or Woody's office? He comes into
Woody's office, yeah. Which is P.S. Jim Downey is who we're talking about. He does he was sweet enough to come in and do a cameo. And we all got to bend his ear about early SNL days.
Oh, he is the greatest talker ever.
Oh, yeah. So much fun. You could just sit there and listen to him. I mean, I'm sure to you guys he was sort of, I guess, more intimidating, but when that thing when someone's, I guess, kind of was he your boss or no? I mean, he's a writer.
Yeah.
No, he was head writer when I first got there. And
that's our boss. Oh, that's not really Dana's boss. That's my boss.
Wasn't, but I was scared of Lauren in a way, like most people are. Jim was he was pretty approachable, but I'd be more nervous around him now. But yeah, when he came on our podcast, he called me the day before, and I was driving. We talked for an hour and a half, and I said, "You've just done the podcast. Now we have to do it tomorrow," because no one can talk like him. But yeah, I just wanted to. Overall, it's just researching you. You're like you kind of do everything. You're very light on your feet. You do a lot of voices. You do a lot of characters. You do a lot of comedy. You do a lot of drama. I just want you to comment on that. I don't want to go like, was this your career plan? But you do a lot of stuff, Jason.
I do a lot of sort of tripping upstairs. I mean, obviously lucky to a large extent, but I kind of, I don't know. I owe a lot of it to sort of just having a short attention span, and that I can't, when I do one thing for too long, I get kind of bored and I think, oh, I don't want to do that again, or I don't want to do this again. And then I just sort of, and I'm, I guess, patient enough that I can go without doing something if there's nothing that's perking my interest, So I'm not one of those people that feels like, oh, I have to be working all the time just to be doing something. So I'll go for stretches without work. but sometimes cooking something up in the lab, writing something, or I'll do just sort of an animated thing, or I don't know. It's weird. It's not. It's been a very bizarre kind of like I guess career, but it sort of just. It's sort of has.
Well, it's a little bit. If the word gets out, kind of like, what can't he do? Well, could he write our script? Yeah. Could he direct? Sure. Will he produce? Maybe. Can he play an Irishman with a good accent? Can he?
It's debatable.
Can he write Tropic Thunder and then write, be in a Mulholland Drive or whatever that David Lynch film? So it is like, it's hard to pin you down. It's great not to be pinned down. I think it's the best kind of career ever.
A virtue, and it leads to some more interesting choices sometimes to kind of not be able to be typecast in certain, or just seen in certain ways, in certain lights, I guess.
That's a gift though, because there's even in the comedy world, some people go, oh, why didn't you do that comedy movie? I go, first of all, if they want a comedian, they start with these top 5, no matter if they're right for the script or not, they just go out to them. And then after that, if they want this kind of comedy, they go to me. If they want this 2% different from that kind, they go, because people go, oh, you should do stuff like Sandler. But that's a gift. You're doing a lot of different things, and that's not always up to the actor.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten better. I mean, as we all know, like, when you first start out, you'll take anything. It's like you just need to be seeing how things are made. And, so I started out, I was an extra on like maybe the worst soap opera in New York's history, and a lot of people do that, you do extra work. No, it was a half-hour soap called Loving.
Good call.
I remember Loving.
Do you? It was kind of like a younger soap. It wasn't like, sort of
Must
older.
See.
But it was, and I was an extra on it, and then I played a drug dealer, and they gave me a couple lines. But it was really, that was more just, and it's also, hilarious because, those soaps are usually written by, guys who are much older, and, they're trying to write like cool drug lingo. So I had like lines that were like, like, oh, let's give him this stuff, and he'll get a really good buzz on, like
you got the scratch and the lettuce from my.
A kite, whatever. So it's like no drug dealer in the world speaks like that. It was funny. I was actually doing it with this other actor. I learned a big lesson. We thought, oh, this is so terrible. So let's kind of send it up and make it fun. Like let's just, so that when we watch it, a week later when it airs, we can all have a giggle. And so we sort of did it sort of bad, like, hey, this stuff's going to get you higher than a kite. Like this stuff's really good, blah, 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 blah. Then we went and we watched it like a week later, and we were mortified because the writing didn't look bad. Like the other actors didn't look bad. We looked fucking terrible. And it was because we weren't understanding the medium of it. It's like, if you're going to try and be funny, do it in the medium that you're supposed to be funny in, not on a daytime soap opera. You know what I mean?
I just thought
no one's going to think that it's a sketch show, so.
Yeah. You never know what they're going to like though. Sometimes like, oh, you guys are awesome, or Get Out. Were you ever fired summarily from a show?
I luckily have not been fired. Just immediately for just showing up.
How many times have you been fired is the real question.
I've never been fired.
I've been fired, really fired. In
Dana's
full
always getting fired.
What does that look like? There's a lot of firings going on at least.
Well, I was surprised they let me get in the costume and go in the fake helicopter with James Ferrantino. And then they said, hey, come down here and 100 crew. And this is in the 80s. And they said, yeah, we're going to let you go. So I had to walk in front of everyone like the old TV show Branded.
Shame.
Oh my God. I've been on shows or things that people have been fired off of. And it's always kind of like to call them afterwards and be like, hey, that was fucking not cool, man. That was fucked up.
You always have to take their side. You go, what the fuck was that? It was nuts.
Even though you were the one lobbying to get them off.
Even though you were horrible. You fucking
Well, James Ferrantino was high as a kite, literally coked up and straight vodka. We were up in the fake chopper, and he had a smile when they started approaching the chopper. So I kind of felt like, I think Jimmy kind of said, I think the kid's got to go. But I sucked. I sucked, and I was so happy to get out of there. I did it to make money, and that's never a good reason.
It's always the worst decision when you think like, this is smart for my career, or this will be good money. Like, it's every time I've done that, I'd make a terrible, I usually rue the day.
Can you share when you might have done that?
No, I mean, it's because you don't want to appear ungrateful, because you're also
I got you.
You're also happy to be working sometimes, but it usually doesn't pan out. If I have learned that lesson, which is it has to have some, I have to be wanting to lean into it creatively, and find it enjoyable.
It seems like have you been through a period, or is this sort of so-called the most offers you're getting right now? Or is there periods hotter? It seems like you just have this very even trajectory.
I just kind of bump along, like I don't, in a good way, I don't think I've ever had that like overnight anything, like there's no moment where I've ever been like hotter than ever. It's just kind of like I've just been sort of slow and steady trying to win the race, I've been obviously a lot of friends of mine and, have had that thing where all of a sudden Hollywood's wand taps them on the head and the next day they're fucking everywhere and you think, holy shit. Yeah. And I can't even, I don't think my nervous system would be able to handle that kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
I see you have a trophy. Look at Dana. He's got a trophy behind him. What do you think that's for?
What? I don't see what.
Yeah.
That's boxing? I can't see.
Cheerleading.
Cheerleading. Pretty close, David.
Last place.
Last
no
place.
No way. I won't say you're a hourder, but you have a lot of stuff going on.
It's just in my office. If I was able to flip the camera around, it wouldn't look this terrible.
I'm a complete mess. I'm just at a room somewhere that's nice and tidy. Can I ask you just for a second? Because one thing is about your physicality, like you can really look good. You and David have that in common. You can look good with your shirt off. And then I heard you were a breakdancer, and my son was a breakdancer, so he had a few questions for you. So when you were 10, how many years did you do it? Like a couple of years, or?
I did it. I was really young, and I did it. I really loved hip hop, and I really loved breakdancing, and I did it. I want to say you never stop, really, do you? But no. I was probably hardcore into it for like 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have such an appreciation for it. I mean, it really is floor gymnastics, power moves. It teaches you how to use your whole body. He asked, did you do? Were you more of a top rock or footwork guy?
I was I was a pretty decent popper, so sort of popping and locking, and then I was good at floor work. I was I could definitely backspin, handspin, head spins a little, and then I could windmill. I attempted a windmill like a year ago, and boy, did that not go well. Even to just do a little floor work is really exhausting.
What's a freeze?
What was your best freeze? Yeah.
I could do a freeze up, on, sort of up on my, with legs up, sort of
legs up. You hold it. Yeah.
Is that what it is? You spin and stop.
It's hard to describe breakdancing on a podcast. Yeah. No, I would freeze in a position where my cheek was on the floor. My arms were sort of up like this. And then my legs sort of bent.
You're just holding a pose on the floor that takes a lot of strength. And did you have a crew name?
Sergeant Pop and the Bionic Breakers.
Jesus. Sergeant Pop and the
Bionic Breakers.
Bionic Breakers.
I think I read for that. Okay. I thought that was a sitcom.
That's all I got. But I do think that physicality stays with you. I mean, I was a runner in high school, distance runner, and I still like to get that feeling of working really hard cardiovascularly. So
have you tried sprinting recently? Because that's hard.
Recently? No.
I still could make a case. I don't know if they do it with CGI, but I would say Tom Cruise sprinting in Mission Impossible in his mid-50s, that's a lot of good stuff going on. If that's real, his hip flexors, a lot of stuff has to be working to sprint after 50.
I had this sort of delusional, and still kind of do, although I'm snapping out of it a little bit, this sort of delusional, when I'd watch like sports, like the Olympics, for example, like someone on like those rings, what are they called? The, or the pommel horse. I would sort of always watch and go like, I could do that. I mean, if I was like set up in an ideal situation, training camp, diet, all the rest of it, I could do that. And then, or like swimming, I'd be like, I could do that, or football or baseball. I had this like in my head, like, I know that I bet I could do that,
I did gymnastics in high school, and I did the horse, I did the rings, and I did the floor, and I did the parallel bars. Oh yeah. Why do you think I'm such a fucking
Could you do the iron cross? Machinery? Could you do the iron cross on the rings?
Well, Dana, that's the fake thing they do with CGI.
I needed to get context.
I could do where I'm on my, like an L sit on the ground. Not a V, but an L. You're on your fingertips, stick your legs out. I could do a I was best on the parallel bars, and then pommel horse was tougher.
Could you do that thing on the pommel horse where you sort of go
swing your legs a little bit,
like they're like dead Muppet legs?
Yeah, because I was all obviously upper body strength, but my legs were puny and weak. And then I also did, what was it? Oh, the parallel bars I did the best on. The rings are very hard because you have to sort of dislocate when you flip around.
Oh.
And it's very hard to do the first one. You got to trust that you're going to ruin your shoulders for life. And then dated my coach. No, I have a quick question about your breakdancing, which I'm just going to the phones. The question is, do you carry a slab of cardboard?
We did. Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
I was
That's
cool.
A must.
That, and I remember, here's what I remember of my breakdancing days. We always had a slab of cardboard with sort of duct tape together because you have to, you try and find like something like a refrigerator cardboard thing.
Big, yeah.
Piece. And then I remember walking around endlessly with a huge radio and the enormous amount of money it would cost to buy those fucking D batteries.
Oh, the batteries!
You needed like 80 of them, that went in the back.
Oh yeah, they take like 40. Yeah, and you got to go get a pack, and it's like so much money. And
then you play it for like 2 hours, and all of a sudden the tape starts slowing down when the batteries go like.
I said a hip hop, hippie, Jumpstart, you don't stop. I know that whole song. Yeah. So anyway,
can we talk for a few minutes about how you became who you are, like your childhood, just a little bit, because I don't know where you came from. I know your mom
was actually
a big part of it.
A bit. Well, no, it wasn't a big part of it. I don't even know where to begin. I got arrested when I was a kid for vandalizing cars, and and part of my sentence, because I obviously can't send a 12-year-old or 13-year-old to the slammer. My sentence was that I had to do this summer program in Washington, D.C., which was breakdancing. So
you were sentenced to breakdance. I love it.
Sentenced to
this is
lifetime
like a movie.
Of dance, But no, it was like a weird thing. I did these like summer programs. I felt like I was always in like some summer program for summer school or summer.
Were you in trouble more? Was that a one-off, or were you kind of in trouble with the law a little bit? I was a juvenile delinquent too for a while, but not.
I wasn't like a juvenile delinquent, like any high criminal activity. It was more just kind of, I was extremely hyperactive and unfocused. So that would always inevitably lead to trouble. Like I would just do things impulsively, like a lot of young boys do, where you just do something stupid. Like I remember I threw a rock through a cab window once. But it wasn't like I was like, I'm going to fucking throw this rock through a cab. It was like, oh, there's a rock. Now I'm holding the rock. What would happen if I threw this? And before that thought had finished, it was already through a window. You know what I mean? Like it was that kind of hyperactivity, I guess.
Impulse control. I guess boys' brains
ADD
don't really...
used to be called ants in your pants.
Ants in your pants. Yeah. So
that was the diagnosis back then.
My mom was a writer. He was a lawyer. He was a Vietnam veteran, and then went into law when he got back. And my mom was a writer for the Washington Post, a columnist or an essayist, I should say, for both the Washington Post and the New York Times.
Was she writing during Watergate?
She wasn't. She started writing sort of in the 80s, but she did used to take me into that big sort of enormous, that was famous from All the President's Men, that big war room. She was in one of those floors.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah.
She used to newsroom.
This is when I was really little. She would like stuff me under the desk, and it was 6 trillion ball typewriters and, endless amounts of cigarette smoking.
So another thing that Flynn Filler told me, I can't remember his real name, that you're a great illustrator, and I know you studied visual arts and stuff. Just another kind of thing you can do. So when did that start? And
it started when I was really little. I loved drawing. So I ended up going to college for both visual art and drama. So I graduated as a double major. And when I got to New York, I actually was doing better with the visual art stuff, like meaning like I wasn't doing like, I wasn't like a painter in the, I wasn't like doing landscapes or anything. I would do like big sort of murals, graffiti type stuff. I worked in a bunch of clubs and I would do graffiti to a wall and
nice. Did you ever? Yeah, you like Basquiat then?
Sort of like, and then, it was more sort of like an anime sort of graffiti style, sort of a hip hop, blah blah blah. Like
Phil Hartman had that.
I know. I've read that. He was didn't he design album covers and
stuff. Yeah. So
it's weird.
Company.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You did the Red Hour
all-time faves
logo.
What's that?
Ben Stiller's production company.
Oh yeah, I did his Red Hour logo at one point.
I just jump in with some nonsense, and everyone goes, "What?"
Well, I know it's so cool. I mean, do you still? They would call it in the old days doodle. Do you just when you're talking or trying to come up with something? Do you just do little drawings and stuff?
I'll do little sketches in the margins or something, or of something if I'm reading. But I also just sort of keep a loose sketchbook. I don't do it that much, but I do like to. Occasionally, when I remind myself if I'm not working, I'll just be like, "Oh yeah, let's draw something."
Do you still own a 64 pack of Crayola, that big cinder block with a balcony in it?
No, I hate
every
that
goddamn color in the rainbow.
I hate crayons so much because you can't get a solid line out of them. Well, they're just not like a medium I like. They just even when I was little, they frustrated me. I wanted like a black pen, or I wanted a really fresh magic marker. I did not want a fucking
fresh one.
Fresh right out of the box before the ink starts to run out.
Yeah. You don't want a dry magic marker.
God, listen to this guy. I had a crayons with a sharpener on the back. So, oh, wait. Do you think, Watergate, you're just saying, someone said it.
I did.
Do you think kids today know that if something bad happens, like if there's a scandal at Disney and they call it Disney Gate, like, they say gate about everything, do you think they know it comes from Watergate?
I don't think so. They probably think it comes from,
it's just a thing
Clinton
people say. They don't know the gate part is. They don't know what it means.
It's a weird thing to actually catch on, something gate.
Because Watergate was one word, wasn't it? Was it a building?
Watergate Hotel.
Yeah, the Watergate Hotel and offices. Like it was just a building. It's a condo.
Mm-hmm. That shitty little building never knew how famous it was going to get.
Never. If it had only known.
Shouldn't.
It was famous. Though. I mean, it is a sort of a landmark in Washington.
Oh, I don't know anything. I'm just talking out of my ass.
So then again, I mean, as far as your own ambition and stuff, so then you're going to become a Broadway actor. But you did study in college a bit, but you're an illustrator, and then you just auditioned and started getting work, or did you struggle?
I struggled just like everybody else. It's fun to reminisce about because I came up with there were other actors that are now we all know, and we were all sort of in that group, and we all sort of started to happen, or things started going well at different times. But New York was I think different than LA. LA, I feel like. And I could be wrong, but LA always, like whenever the couple times I did go to audition out there, it felt really competitive and not good, and not like everyone didn't want everyone to do well. New York, because a lot of times we're auditioning for theater, things that, it felt like supportive. Like you could see a friend at an audition and be like, "Hey, great job," or "I hope you could do well." It felt like, it didn't feel competitive, whereas
LA was oppressive and is dark and weird. I mean, auditioning there, it just was not fun.
Yeah, you're driving, you go park in the structure, just the amount of effort that it took to go to an audition in Los Angeles, it was an all-day affair sometimes. But in New York,
you had to go pick up the script like in the Valley the day before, and then bring the whole script home, read it, and then go back to audition for 3 lines in the script.
Yeah, terrible. Or they wouldn't even give you that. They just give you some pages. You're like,
sides.
How am I supposed to do this?
And this is pre-cell phones, right? Because I would get lost and I'd start crying. I just pull over and go, I'm fucked. My appointment is in 10 minutes. I'm in Culver City.
Guide, yeah.
And you'd look for a payphone. It was a nightmare for you youngsters listening.
Yeah, it was terrible. Whereas in New York, when you do it, it was like, it felt like, dropping off something at the dry cleaners, then you hit your audition, then you go to the grocery store, it felt like an errand more than and in a weird way, you can kind of get more of them done here in New York. But it always felt weird because they always be like, they want to put you on tape for everyone in LA. And I just always envisioned this enormous plane that just had tapes dumping off the back of it, just into nothingness. So that you would never hear back from anything. You just
never. That was so humiliating. They said you'd be good for a commercial because I wasn't really clicking in any other area. So they go, you've got a great look for a commercial. You have blonde hair. And I was like, I've got a pretty sweet body, So they were like, and gymnast. I look young. So I go, still my gymnast stuff was going on a little bit at that point. And then I get this SBV, Sutton-Barth and venereal disease, we called it. And it was a commercial agent. And they would send me out, God love them, twice a day. So I'd go to the valley when it's 100 degrees wearing a suit, and then go in the trunk and get shorts, drive over, and you're in college in this one. And I went up for 1 year and I did not get nothing.
So humiliating.
It's how did I fucking ever make it out of that? It was like maddening. Talk about anxiety and sadness. Like
we have to do a
luckily
podcast
there were no names
just on
for it
this.
back then. I was had it. I was like,
do you remember those
auditions
walking around that you'd go on where like it would be for a commercial and they wouldn't want to tell you what the product was, or they wouldn't want to tell you what the concept was. And then you'd go into a room and there'd be like a beach ball, a pool noodle, a funny pair of glasses. And they'd be like, just do something. And you'd be like, what?
Yuck.
Like, no.
Clown. Jump around, clown. They go, we're not going to tell you what it is. I go fuck yourself. No, I didn't. I said, okay, what is it? I jump on the beach ball. Ew.
Yep. The worst one I ever went on was actually for Thin Red Line. And it was, although I didn't know it at the time, and it wasn't, but it was, I knew it was a Terrence Malick movie and it was a war movie. And it was the worst audition I've ever had in my life because they didn't, of course there was no script. Of course there was no character. There was no whatever. And I go to this office building on 68th Street or something, wherever it was. And it wasn't with him, obviously. It was like with some, the second assistant to the casting director. And then they sort of flick on the camera and they were like, okay, just pretend you're in war. And I was like, what? And like, they were like, you can dump over the chairs or pretend you're in a foxhole or whatever. And I was like, like, what the hell am I supposed, like, so then I kind of
you're just on the alone on stage. Now pretend you're in war,
shooting, but I don't have any lines. There's nothing I can say, and I'm not going to.
So what did you do?
Improvising I just basically kind of rolled around on the floor for about 3 minutes, and then went. I don't think I can do this. But that's one of those ones you're like, you really just feel like a monkey on a string. You're like, what? You have to at least give me something. Tell me what I'm supposed to do in this.
Right, just give me an angle. You're scared and more. These people are coming, and you got to tell your friends.
I know, but
give
me the setup. It's like.
David would have done it. He would have hauled out his Michael J. Fox.
You guys would have been great at it.
Hey, Sarge.
I don't know about these. I don't know about these missiles, Sarge.
These missiles.
We left him back there.
No, there was no missiles.
Missiles, Sarge. I don't like missiles.
I don't like missiles. My glasses are broken.
No, it was Sean Penn stomping around with one of the prostitutes in the movie, and he's like, we're going to hook up with this girl and we're going to pass her around. And Michael J. Fox like, you got to give me a minute on this here. Sorry. Like he was the nice guy in the movie and they were all
Casualties of War, of course.
Yeah.
Great movie.
It's so funny that I would even remember that movie, let alone base my whole stand-up routine on it. But
it's always a winner. So did you, when did you know you had an ear, like you could do accents and voices? Were you asked and then just learned I can learn it? Or because it seems like you'd have
I have some English family, so I can kind of do a couple English accents.
Which ones?
Oh, I'm terrible at doing them. I mean, there's the sort of the clipped sort of upper class English. Then there's sort of me and Barnett are always doing bits on the sort of the Guy Ritchie accent, just like, do the job. All right, let's do the job. Are you going to do the job or are we going to do the job? It's
from just like Snatch or something.
Literally like Cockney rhyming.
Super working class Brit.
Super
I got one. Got the tuppence in me suppence.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, let's just go.
That's my whole audition. Thank you. Call me.
Pop around it.
I like in your audition for the war, you're rolling around like an idiot, and then you just go, "Yeah, I'm not good for it." You cut them off from firing you. You go, "I'm not into it. I'm not into it. You don't have to call me back."
Tell Terrence I'm not going to do it.
Tell him it's a no-go, but hit me on the next one.
So the next time they asked you to do something like that, you just tapped out.
No, okay, then you learn you learn to just go, well, I need some pages or something. You do need, you can't.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like handing someone a crayon and saying, "Hey, can you paint the Sistine Chapel?" And you're like, "No, I only have a crayon."
No, it's actually easier because they go, just paint something. You go, oh, here's a wave. At least you can make up something. But if it's just a random war, you're like, am I happy for the war? Am I sad? Am I
the Korean War, the Vietnam War?
Yeah, that matters.
War of 1812.
They go, no, it doesn't. Yeah, to me. Oh, and when do you see? Oh yeah, go ahead.
I just wondered when you first wrote a film, and
it was Tropic Thunder. It was with Ben. I mean,
what?
Ben,
Get out of town!
Applause. God, where's the applause button?
It was a long road, but it was. Ben used to. Me and Ben became friends. I was doing a play on Broadway with his then girlfriend, and I was a huge Ben Stiller show fan.
Sure.
Definitely. Just thought it was hilarious, blah, blah, blah. So he came to the show or opening night, or he was kind of hanging around the theater a couple times. And I was sort of quoting his show back to him. And we ended up sort of becoming friends and found out that we had a very similar sense of humor. And he was just sort of blowing up at the time doing, with like Something About Mary and
oh, fuck. He's right in the pocket.
Yeah. That was the moment that he was like really exploding and people were yelling at him on the street. But when he would come to New York to do like, Letterman or Conan or whatever, he would do these like really elaborate bits, like he'd really work on these, sort of segments.
Talk show bits. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I would sort of like help, we'd sort of sit around and come up with bits for him to do, or he would say something like, he would go on Letterman. I remember one he did where he said, "Yeah, I don't really want to talk about the movie I'm promoting. I just, I had to take a break, and I've been in France and I've been painting." And Letterman's like, "Oh, you've been painting?" He's like, "Yeah, it's just got a little sort of ramshackle place in the south of France, and I'd pay this prostitute, and I'd paint her, and every night, blah blah." And Letterman's like, "Oh, okay." And then the reveal was that he would hold up this artwork that was just done in pasta with watercolors and like glue, like a prostitute. Like made out of fusilli. So we'd work on stupid bits like that.
When you talk about doing TT,
what's that?
When
TT Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Then he had the original sort of idea for it, which was it was. Let me talk about Thin Red Line. It was that period of time when it felt like everyone was going to do a war movie, like like Oliver Stone was doing a war movie and Stanley Kubrick was doing. There were so many Vietnam movies in a row. And the press at the time for them was very sort of serious, and all the actors, when they would get interviewed, would be like, "Yeah, it was intense." Like, they said, "Oh, when we shot, Oliver wanted us to be in war, and let me tell you, it was war." We kind of, and it made us giggle. And so he had the original sort of joke, sort of, if it was the one-line pitch to me was, let's do a movie about a bunch of actors that come back to LA after making a war movie and they all have PTSD from the movie. So that was sort of the original idea. And then I sort of was like, well, what if we just, and also Blair Witch was really popular at the time. I said, what if it's like that they go to do a war movie, but then they get caught up in a real war? And that was sort of, the kernel that sort of
like
both
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. And then you get good people because, by the way, yeah, okay. So you get good people because, he's doing well. It's a funny idea.
The idea with a script, it took it was years of writing that script because I was working at that point and I think I was doing 6 Feet Under or something. And he was obviously like on Fuego. So we would sort of pass the script back and forth. Like we'd write like a funny scene that had no place to go. Like it was a funny, like, here's an idea that's funny. Like the first scene in the movie where he's, got his hands blown off and it's the guy going like, "Come on, you can make it." And he's like, "I can't feel my legs." And, and he's like, "Stop it." So I wrote that scene and that just made us laugh. And I don't know, we just sort of tossed it around. And then gradually a script started to formulate, take shape. And
it was Monty Python-esque, that first scene, because you have real violence, or the two knights and he starts cutting the arms off and the legs off.
Yeah.
But in terms of Ben playing that so serious, no man,
I mean, we had like
really
a million lines for that, and the joke in that scene is that he's an action star, obviously, and that he can't cry, and he's working across from Laurence Olivier essentially, and it frustrates the other actor. He's like, you can't even squirt, can't even get the tears going. Like, what the fuck's up with my man? And so
is that Robert Downey?
That's Robert Downey. Yeah, so that's when we sort of pan out to reveal that this is the shooting of a movie, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it's obviously, as you know, just such a huge comedy. There's never been anything quite like it. I don't think I'd never seen a comedy like that.
It's also like a huge. I mean, without any jokes, it was a huge movie. Meaning, just as far as like visual, effects
to shoot.
Yeah,
it was. You had explosives.
It was as big as any war movie. As far as the look. Ben's such. He's obviously, does get the credit. But he's often not credited enough, I think, with how great a director he is. He is like a real camera mover. He knows how to.
Where was it?
Oh, yeah.
Where did you shoot it?
Hawaii.
Was that in Vietnam?
No, we didn't do Vietnam. We didn't need the authentic backdrop.
Hawaii.
We needed.
You just need a couple trees,
rainforest. We had to make the cast happy.
There's a thing about a movie. In comedies, probably dramas too, it's just these, whatever you call them, word packages that just are transcendent, that are funnier as time goes on, And I think one of them that's less controversial would be the Tom Cruise, Les Grossman, I want you to take one step back and literally fuck your face or your own face.
Yeah.
Which one was it? I'm not sure.
Fuck your own face.
But that's the kind of thing. And again, like Monty Python, I don't know where that influence came from, but those type of lines, that nonsensical thing, I assume it wasn't a guy alone in a room, or were you together at that point where you're kind of riffing what that character say?
That character came out of, we wanted Tom to be in the movie very badly. And it was kind of, he was like, well, I read the script and there's no like studio presence. Like, why don't we create like a studio character, And I just had a really bad experience working for Harvey Weinstein. And so on a movie that I had directed, and I thought,
shocker.
And whatever happened to that guy? Sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to somehow memorialize that bad experience. And so that's how I got that character,
Wow. And
it's even
so
funnier.
Funny.
That's even funnier.
Like just that, like that Ray. I remember Joel Silver one time came up to me and he goes, "Hey, was that character based on me?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Damn it." he wanted it to be based on that.
Oh, funny. Well, the Popeye forearms and the hands and
hair.
Then Tom Cruise, which, everyone loved the new Top Gun. He gets shinier and brighter. When I look back and I see him now and I look at him in that movie, when he's doing the dance, slapping the ass at the end, it's like, the guy is really funny.
He's so funny and he's so committed, And I remember kind of, because he has some really hard charging lines in that movie. Some really out of control shit.
Do you feel at all odd giving him these lines?
He's going to say, Tom Cruise is going to say this? Like, this is before we had seen him in any of the tests and hair and makeup and stuff like that.
Well, without saying the line, which were the ones that were the most scary or you really couldn't use? It was too far.
No,
maybe you can't.
We had sort of like, Ben's a really smart director. If we were to sort of pile the script up in all the pages that were written, it would probably look like a phone book or 3 phone books stacked on top of each other. Ben is really good at, we would always sort of shoot like sort of, an A, B, and C category of jokes within the scene, and then alternates. We had sort of these alternate scripts that we would go, okay, now we're going to do one where you say this. And so in the edit, when we could, when Ben was sort of testing the movie, he was able to see, this went a little too far. Let's dial it back. And, and it could be something simple, just like too many F-bombs in a row or something.
Yeah.
And so we, and so he could ride the cut of the movie, to sort of find the sweet spot, because we would have shot all different, very slight variations of every scene,
Yeah. And I think that, obviously a lot of movies have a lot of people involved, and it's nice to have one, creative vision with other people with almost exact same sensibilities. That's how a great movie has to get made. It has to be just everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, me and Ben, I think we're the real guardians of that. I think we both, and by the time we shot that, we had been with it for so long that we intuitively knew exactly what anything would want it to be if it had to change on the day. Mm-hmm. It was a real kind of like, great collaboration. It was sort of a real sort of mini Lennon-McCartney thing that was happening on the making of that,
Wow.
Well, the way everything got in.
It's great.
The way everything got in, and there's no one blocking your shit. Like the studio, Downey, everyone's saying, we're all in on this. We're all going to do everything. I don't care if it's offensive. And it's so funny. And then even Tom Cruise, to his credit, finding a spot to be in, not getting out of it, saying, no, we'll find something, and then doing it. And then I'm sure if you throw him lines, he laughs and just does another take and says, oh yeah, that's funny. Let's try that. And then when it all comes together and everyone's shocked to see him, especially in a movie that's already good. And was Woody playing his assistant? Or was Woody in that?
What's that?
Was Woody Harrelson?
No, I think McConaughey.
No, McConaughey.
Oh, McConaughey.
McConaughey played the agent.
McConaughey.
Yeah, Peck.
Yeah. Are those two different people? I know for sure.
They're the same fucking person.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. Did you guys, did Cruise break a lot when he said lines like, go fuck your own face or something?
He did.
Was there a lot of breaking?
He enjoyed himself. I remember, and then I remember, because first then you give him these outrageous lines, and then Tom Cruise knows how to sell a fucking line. That guy is super. Now he's playing it like it's a straight up drama. He's not really winking or leaning in or doing anything. He's just playing it like as if he was in, one of his other movies. Whenever Tropic Thunder comes up, I get a lot of, well, you couldn't make that movie today. And it bums me out because I'm like, I think you can make that movie today. It wouldn't look exactly like that movie, but, I remember kind of taking it hard when people, as you would, when people are, trying to boycott something that you think is actually on your side or on their side. And I remember I lucked out a couple of years later after the fact, having a drink with Mel Brooks and kind of moaning about it a little bit. And he sort of stopped me and he just went, nope, you have to just make sure the joke is aimed perfectly at the person who's the idiot. And that's your job is to, obviously, we're not trying to make jokes about anybody except for Hollywood actors in that movie, and egos and studios and that kind of stuff. So the minute you're sort of, he gave me some comfort around, because his movies are so brilliant and, you could equally say like, well, you can't make those movies today, but yes, you can, you can make, his jokes. It's weird. Everyone, I think, when you see a Mel Brooks movie, you don't think, oh, well, that's really uncool that he would write that. What a horrible person. Team he's batting for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And obviously, you're talking about Blazing Saddles, which Richard Pryor wrote a lot of it with him, and obviously, all the racist people in the movie are idiots, and Cleavon Little is the smartest guy in town.
And there's some very, very naughty words in that movie, and crazy things are said in that movie. But again, I don't know.
Well, we talked to Bill Burr about his stand-up because he'll write outside the lines sometimes, and he says for himself, intention matters. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Are you going after a disenfranchised section of the population, or are you satirizing more privileged people if you want, or wherever the target is? So I think I'm still recovering that you got to hang out with Mel Brooks and talk to him
just
for an hour.
A minute. It's not like we had a salon going in the West Village and we're lounging around and smoking Jefferies.
I like that Steve Spielberg, said he wishes he didn't take the guns out of E.T.
I just read that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought that was interesting that he would say that.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, it's just censorship is a weird thing, and people are genuinely, I think, afraid to write things and perform things and do things, because no one wants to get their head chopped off,
Sure. You don't want comedy to turn into the same 5 jokes that everyone's allowed to use. And then, so when you go outside and try to break some ground, I guess there will be more pushback than normal, but as long as it doesn't ruin your life. But the intention, again, you're trying to be funny, you're trying to be this, and no one's out to get someone.
Yeah, there's actually I was watching this Oscar Levant play with Sean Hayes that I was watching the other day, that I saw the other day. He has some great lines. Oscar Levant has some great lines where he says things like, there's no such thing as a sincere joke. You can't bring the house down with a wholesome gag. You know what I mean? Like it's something has to be dangerous about it,
and catch people off guard and the element of surprise. And it's not what you think they're going to say. And it just fun. I mean, we're all in the same.
But its nature is not respectful. You know what I mean? Nor should it be,
What about Zoolander? You did Zoolander? You worked on that with Ben?
I worked on 2 with Ben.
Evil DJ.
And I was the evil DJ in both.
Full makeup and that looked like fun. And that guy was breakdancing.
That's actually I was.
Did you breakdance?
Yeah, I had the breakdance fight with Owen Wilson and that with Hansel. That's the big Act 3 fight scene between me and Hansel.
Owen's always great. Did you go when Woody is in your new show? Did you go when he did Saturday Night Live?
I did. I went there and saw that. It's hilarious.
No, you did.
It was good.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
He loves it. Yeah.
He's him and Owen Wilson. The people I've met, there's such a cool kind of, I don't know, Texas frequency to them. There's something about.
It's so funny when you do. I would actually like to hear your take on this, Dana. There is a version where you can impersonate Woody, Owen, and McConaughey probably all at the same time.
Yeah, there's something they should all hang out together. I think they do. No, you were fine. I don't care. She's not even mad at you.
And then Woody, you sort of slip into more of a stoner kind of like, that's what I don't like about Woody. I don't do impersonations.
Woody is like he's really cute. I was looking at him on the show. He still has those dimples, and there's something just incredibly likable about him. I think you two are great in that. It's just as foils for each other.
We're kind of like we in life and in this show, we're very much. It's a very sort of odd couple relationship. Felix Ganasser, and it's just he is a very kind of. I mean, in the show, he's a more sort of uptight, gruff, whatever. But on set,
Howard Hunt from the CIA.
Yeah. We laughed a lot. He's a very fun guy to work with. He's very sort of infectious, and he's very, very, very laid back in a way that I wish I could be. He's one of those guys that can show up to set like 12 minutes late and 15 minutes late, be like, oh, hey, whoa. Why is everyone? Oh, okay. Like there's no judgment about it. He's like, oh, we're already here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was like that even on SNL back in the 90s. There was almost like what am I supposed to do? It's all kind of thrown away, and then he just lands it perfectly.
And he's great. Yeah.
He doesn't have. I feel like he has no cortisol in his system whatsoever. He just doesn't.
Just great for. We had a running gag when he hosted when I was a cast member, and I was just kidding with him because I liked him immediately. And the running gag was, you could never be depressed, Woody, the rest of your life because you know me. You actually know me. And so that became a running thing. He sent me a frame photo with that phrase on it.
You know me.
You know me. How could you ever be sad? Just think of it. Just all that kind. But he's so great. So
I know that Justin has a favorite. We'll let you go in a second, Justin. You have a favorite? Do you love After Hours? Dane, do you remember After Hours?
After Hours. Oh.
Is it Griffin
Dunn, the best.
Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Pfeiffer. Am I crazy?
No, not Jeff Goldblum. He's not that. It's him, Catherine O'Hara. Oh God, it's such a great cast. It's Scorsese's one sort of comedy, I guess, or second.
Who's Michelle Pfeiffer in?
What are you talking about?
She was in Scarface.
We're talking about Scarface or After Hours?
I'm talking about After Hours, but I think I'm talking
Michelle Pfeiffer was amazing.
Gang up on me.
No, we won't.
I started knowing what it was because I knew. What's the one with Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer? Where they go out all night, isn't it?
What's the one with Michelle?
Do you know is that even a movie? Are those people?
Dangerous Liaisons? No, that was John Malkovich.
I'm mad at both of you.
I wanted to know what's on Justin's favorite film list, you know, or you know, I always hate that your favorite or films you revisit or films that stayed with you.
Young Frankenstein, if we're talking about Mel Brooks, is definitely on that.
Yeah.
I stole a big bit from Young Frankenstein for Tropic Thunder, actually. I mean, not stole.
You did?
Well,
but you were influenced. The Beatles were influenced.
Yeah. There's the scene where Jack Black gets tied to the tree to kick drugs. You know, he says, "No matter what, don't let me off that tree. You know, I'm going to be cunning. I'm going to be baffling, but don't let me." Blah blah blah. That's kind of a lift from Young Frankenstein when he goes into the room. Gene Wilder goes in the room with the monster. He said, "Don't let me out of this room.
No matter what I
say, I'm going to blah blah." So it's in the same universe, that joke. And then, of course, he goes in there and he's immediately pleading to get let out.
He's like, okay,
hilarious.
It's all in vaudeville. It's all in vaudeville. At some points, everything has been
Cape
done.
Fear.
Cape Fear. A recent guest, that was a movie. Sarah Sherman from SNL said she watches that all the time to cheer up.
The second one, the De Niro one.
The second one, I think, was the second one she meant. Not the Mitchum one, but
that movie is so good. It really is. Do you remember in the Ben Stiller show, he did that? He did that sort of fake trailer where it's Eddie Munster and Cape Fear.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, he is the Eddie Munster of all time. That's why that show, because he had left SNL, he talked about it here, and then I was at that Emmy Awards, and then he was so shocked that he won Best Show, but it's another show that stands the test of time.
I know.
He was
some of those sketches, like that group of writers, performers, Bob Odenkirk. I mean, Jesus, his Manson. He did that Charles Manson. It's so hilarious.
It's so funny. Come on.
Like,
I'm Bob Odenkirk. I'm Bob.
So good. Oh, you're so good. As
far as SNL, should we cover that for a second?
Yeah,
I was texting with David yesterday. I've never been on SNL, so I don't know what to, because I
you
love
were in a
listening
scene.
to the podcast. But massive. I haven't said it at the top, Dana. David already knows I'm a huge fan of him, but also likewise you.
Well, we heard that you liked our podcast. At least I threw David or something like week 3. So I immediately
you were early.
Was really happy as being a super fan of yours. And then he likes our podcast.
It is like SNL. I mean, it must be a curse to be an SNL cast member because I'm sure you get, bombarded with questions, about every aspect of it. What's it like working live? What's the thing? What's the most scary thing? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, probably the worst thing, which is what you should do? What would make a great SNL bit? What would be great on SNL?
Dana, I have one funny sketch idea, and I want to go host and just do one sketch and leave. I could handle that. Hosting.
Well, just do a guest spot.
Hard.
Just do a guest spot.
I know, but it wouldn't make any sense because it's not topical.
No, I said just do a guest spot. I don't want to.
Just do a walk-on. There's a lot of those walk-ons now where it's like, oh, look, there's, Fred Armisen. He's not a member of the cast. He's not hosting. He's just walking.
Or Matt Damon is playing this character.
I'll be Christopher Walk-on. I saw a great walk-in sketch where he's watering plants. He's a guard.
Talking to the plants?
I might be lying again. Oh. Yeah, and he goes, they're cactuses, and he goes, cactuses are intimidating, so I put googly eyes on him. He's got these skinny cactus. He puts googly eyes on him, then he keeps saying googly eyes, and it's hysterical.
Perfect. Googly eyes.
Perfect for walking.
You were on SNL with Kyle Mooney. He was doing some strippers.
He just called me up and said, hey, can you just do it? It was a walk. It was technically a walk-on. It was nothing meaningful. But...
this is the only thing we're going to air of the whole podcast, so that's it.
Hi, Dana. What's in your mind? I think Justin Throw really wants to host a show. Well, that'd be terrific. I'll reach out to his people.
That's the last show. I definitely don't want to host SNL. That to me is absolutely...
Really? Were you too scared?
I get so scared by that. I mean, the live part, and then I even when Amy Poehler used to always be like, come to, UCB, when she was doing it here in New York. And it would make me anxious. I loved it, but it felt like watching trapeze work, with no net. And it just made me so anxious. I much prefer kind of being able to go away, learn lines, really rehearse, and then just come out like that. It's so seat of your pants. The idea to on a Monday, you're kind of like, hey, what's the idea? And then by Tuesday, you're kind of fleshing it out. Wednesday, let's read it. And then by Saturday.
No, it's crazy. It shouldn't exist in some ways. The host.
Did you ask Woody? Did he need any help with writing? Any punch ups on monologue or anything? In the show?
I saw him on Wednesday, and he's like, gonna go well. But he was like out partying. He was like, it's gonna be fine. Like, it's gonna be good. No, I think when Ben did it, I did a little punch up when he went on, sort of did a walk on a Zoolander. But I don't know. To me, it's like, and then when you see people who are genuinely relaxed doing it, because you can kind of tell people who are not relaxed doing it. You know, not that their hands are shaking or anything like that, but
it's normal.
But like Phil Hartman, when you'd see him, you'd go, he had this kind of, plant your leg, say the line beautifully confidence that was so just like nice to like, great to watch. And then obviously you guys, like your delivery on, Hollywood Minutes, and, there was just a kind of like when you can tell people are A, having fun, and B, at least appear like they're not nervous.
Phil was he was like we hear Dan Aykroyd was. Like he almost was, he obviously was a pro, and he was in so many things, and he had this binder, and he could memorize, he could read the cards really well. But then in between scenes, he'd be reading a book about Evinrude outboard motor schematics. I don't know how that
happens. Like, how can you, I don't know. I would just be in such a state of distress. I think that, I don't know.
You don't have to do it. I totally get you. I mean, it's hard to host it. If I host it and there's a sketch somewhere you could do an Irish guy or British guy, I'll try to bring you in just for one scene.
Just for one scene.
Yeah.
If we need a guy to lay on the floor and act like he's in the army.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to do a whole sketch about that.
Really.
I'm going to play.
My worst nightmare is improvise.
We're not going to tell you what the sketch is.
I'm not going to tell you what the sketch is. Just give me a beach ball, a pool noodle, and just send me out there,
Well, aside from his new show, he also owns Ray's Bar. And I want to thank you for coming down today and talking to us, Justin.
Thank you for having me.
And I will see you on my next trip.
When are you coming to New York, David?
It's all pretty top secret, but, I'll call you on some other channels.
Send me the file with your flight.
Yeah, it's in like
there's only one other thing besides Leftovers, which I think is a brilliant show. Mosquito Coast, all the stuff you've done. You have such a cool career. And then you did this thing with Norman Lear, where you did those live. Yeah. It was all in the family and stuff. That I thought was going to be a train wreck, but it really landed beautifully.
Yeah, it was great. And it actually, it's become sort of an annual thing. I mean, talk about I mean, I really can't take credit for that show. That was an idea that I had that I imparted to Jimmy Kimmel, who then turned it into this sort of, Super Bowl winning football team of talent,
Mm-hmm. You got a lot to pick from if you keep doing. You can keep doing Partridge Family, Happy Days, whatever you want.
Well, I mean, you can keep going. But I mean,
can I play Fonzie? Everyone's like, everyone every day is like, why aren't you playing Fonzie?
Chachi.
I'm already down as Chachi. That was quick.
Chachi was cool.
Was quick casting
Chachi
meeting.
Loves Joni, or what was their show?
Great. What about Ralph Mouth?
Ralph Mouth. Did you remember the beginning of Happy Days? And then I'll let you go. He takes the salt off. No, he has the salt. They put the salt shaker top back on, but they put it really loose, and he pours it on his fries, and it all goes over it. And he just looks back to camera and keeps chewing his gum. I'm like, he didn't even give a reaction. I thought was genius. He didn't, you know what I mean? He didn't go, whoa. I
love that that's like your brand, and it's like, and he
that's what I go. I can do that.
Pour it out of the.
He's my guy. Yeah, that's my Uta Hagen.
That was your moment that you realized, like, I can do this.
Yeah, I go, oh, do nothing? I can do that.
What was your early comedy? Not to prolong this, but
I'm having a great time.
Your
early influence besides me.
Like my earliest comedy memories are Mel Brooks, but also my dad making me stay up to watch SNL with him. Belushi, Aykroyd, Gilda Radner,
100% same thing. Life of Brian, early on, Animal House,
Holy
SNL, Holy Grail. All those are unreal. And then getting into Eddie Murphy, Trading Places, and those kind of things. All those old movies that were just funny. Caddyshack, all Bill Murray. And then into Ghostbusters, all the things, just all my guys I liked. I'd follow them to whatever movie they were in. Cracked me up, made me laugh. Steve Martin albums.
Steve Martin,
huge
apparently takes his comedy very seriously. Like,
say again.
Steve Martin apparently takes his. I've met him once, but not in any meaningful way. but takes his comedy very like he's a master of, or he's sort of a student of the science of the comedy and the bit, like, which I admire. Because has me laugh. There's some that move. I mean, The Jerk, obviously.
The when he came out and deconstructed the idea of a comedian with this guy in the white suit, I'm a wild and crazy guy. I'm sure somehow it influenced me humbly saying that, because he didn't really have jokes. He did 2 minutes on just his character asking for a blue spot. Could I get a blue spot? And the commitment of it, that was sort of this brilliant new move. And then Robin Williams was around, Richard Pryor was around, obviously George Carlin, and then it kept going to Kennison and on and on. But I love comedians.
I do too. It's terrifying. I mean, Dave, you're so. I always, whenever I've seen you perform live or on Netflix or whatever, it's like you have that ease that's just so, I guess, dry, but it's also so fucking funny the way. There's a musicality to it, like where you sort of drop in these little, and then, beep, and you sort of like go into sort of, and I don't know how you do it. It's a magic trick to me. So I don't really want to know how you do it, but I very much
appreciate it. We just found a little extra time.
What's that?
We just found a little extra time to talk to you.
Now we have no. David does have an incredible like throwaway, casual thing,
jokes.
And little phrases. And I see Nealon in him and Dennis Miller, but he's his own man. But
they were really
he's kind
influential.
of pretty special. Yeah, I have to go out there and scream and dance around, and do voices. And David's so lo-fi, and it's very cool. I admire that too, because I just like. Richard Pryor says, if you're bombing, just start pushing energy. I was doing it last night.
Throw it out there.
I was having a slow patch, so I started talking a lot louder and moving a lot more.
I go full John Bonet.
You slow them down. There's not even any jokes in there. It's just all energy.
No, just what's up? I'm people. Yeah, come on. Whatever. Yeah. Just energy. Because if their energy's going down and you reflect it, then the souffle just collapses. But you
they used to say. Don Rickles used to go, look at Ed over there. He's like, I want a cookie. And you go, these aren't really jokes. But if they're said in the form of a delivery and...
Rickles was the greatest because he
just
didn't
sounds
have one
like a
joke. Ed doesn't know the show started. Put him in the corner and give him a cookie. You're on the show.
Yeah, see, now he's happy.
It's just all rhythm. And you go, I think that was a joke. And Dennis Miller one time he said, I sometimes will throw in a word, even I don't know what it means. I just make it up. And just because it sounds like with the rhythm, that's the funny part. And everyone laughs. And then they go, I didn't even get that one. I don't even. But it just, it sounds funny. All right, Justin, I'm going to go. So you guys stay on for another 10 minutes while I drive off.
We're going to talk about you, David.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. You're a good dude.
So great to meet you. And I'd love to see you in New York. David and I will come out together.
Yeah, please come when the
it's the White House Plumbers. It's on
White House Plumbers May 1st, HBO or on Max or whatever,
or HBO Max. Woody Harrelson as Howard Hunt, and of course Justin Theroux as Gordon Liddy, a very gentle, kind of boring character. I mean, that must have been his. He lit himself on fire. He ate a rat. I mean, this guy is something. So that's going to be awesome for you. So anyway. Anybody got anything else?
Anything else?
Miss them already.
Greg, Annette, Heather S.
Don't read who else is on the Zoom.
Heather
That's
S.
not your
All the
business.
producers that are on the Zoom.
This has been a podcast presentation of Cadence 13. Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes. Available now for free wherever you get your podcast. No joke, folks.
Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13, executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment.
The show's lead producer is Greg Holtzman with production and engineering support from Serena Regan and Chris Basil of Cadence 13.